Hello
Hello
and welcome,
to BB on Blast.
BB Australia. Oh, we can do echo again now. Oh,
Pre-finale. What's it called? Penultimate podcast quarantine edition.
yeah, we're back in our boxes because Gaz is diseased. Right, you look all
Wow.
right. You look fine.
Oh, you thought I was going to be a lot worse. Well,
Yeah.
it has been dragging on since I'd say Tuesday this week, wasn't it?
Hmm.
That I got it, that I got sick. I think I don't know if I told you at the time.
Hmm.
Um, I gradually was getting sicker and sicker throughout the day, and I was on like a all day long workshop thing at work.
Oh no.
And yeah, do you know, I mean, you probably do know, but actually being on Zoom at work for a long time is really taxing.
It's
And
tiring.
we were working on this thing, which was like a collaborative kind of whiteboard, and it was so hard to see and drag things around.
Oh
Anyway,
God, that sounds
at the end
awful.
of at the end of it, we were in a group thing, and someone
Hmm.
was talking about their idea, and they were like, "You're not really feeling it, guys." I was like, "I just can't actually breathe at the moment." It's like, so sorry if I look less than enthusiastic. So yeah, I actually couldn't do the next 2 days, which was such a shame.
How convenient.
Yeah, it was it wasn't the worst time to fall ill.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a bit crappy, been a
Hmm.
bit rough. But everyone, you'll be pleased to hear I've done a rapid COVID test, and so has my boyfriend Dan, and we are both negative. And then I was after that googling can can the rapid COVID test give a false negative?
Hmm.
Can the rapid COVID test detect the Delta variant? Because I was like, I think I've probably got COVID again, but
Hmm.
I think it's just the cold. I think now people are starting to move around more, and the viruses are yeah, like
Hmm.
showtime,
Yeah.
showbiz.
Yeah. Yeah, but you're still wearing a mask and everything.
Yeah, I am, but I'm not really going out to work. But Dan goes on the train
Oh
every day, and I
yeah.
imagine because he came out with a sniffle, and then my body was like, "Oh, we can really run with this," and
Mm,
it hit me a lot. It hit me a lot harder.
mm. Well, we don't want to let the final come and go without giving our thoughts before the final and our predictions, and also bidding a sad farewell to Danny.
Oh,
Oh,
what a shame!
oh, it's so
Just
close,
before the final,
but just didn't make it to the podium. It's a
oh,
shame.
that that golden podium that he was really aiming for. Bless us.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure. Obviously, there'll be a lot to say about this, but like we said to each other, we're not that we've spoken about it a lot, but we had a good run with Danny,
That's true.
longer than we ever would have thought. Thanks, Big Brother, for all the help you gave him.
Yeah. To be fair, he gave himself a lot of help as well.
Oh, he did. Absolute master game player, I would say. Brilliant. The way he bulldozed every plan.
Mm,
I just think it's like the Darren Brown strategy. Like this is the winning ticket. It's like this
yeah.
is what we're gonna do today. We've got the votes. It's a
Yeah.
done deal, and everyone's just like, okay.
But weirdly, I looked on Twitter and when at the sort of goodbye to Danny post that, and people were like, he ruined the show for me, blah blah blah. It's like, oh, fuck off,
Oh, fuck off.
get the fuck
Don't
out.
watch this show then.
Yeah, stupid. What would you
Actually,
rather?
do. We're already struggling for viewers.
Yeah, would you want to watch Sid sat there on the podium? Shut up.
Oh my god.
Mhm.
But at least Sid's gone. And I'm sorry, I'm sure Sid's a lovely guy, but he's not good entertainment.
No, although he did try a bit towards the end. Right,
He tried a couple of times.
he tried it. So
Mm.
27. Oh,
Yeah.
was this just after Ari came back in?
Yeah, it is, yeah, because I've written here that they had Tilly's echoey voice saying, Ari, if you go back in, please make sure you save Marley and Danny.
Mm.
This is day 59, and I've written that Ari was sleeping with lip gloss on, it looked like. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I've put Ari plotting in bed with slug lips. He puts too much lip gloss on. It looks like, ooh,
Hasn't
creepy.
got the lips for it for a start.
No, he's
Like
got no
little
lips.
letterbox lips.
Did He does actually. Did you notice at one point they showed Ari with in the just got out of the shower and he had his hair down? It looked
It
good.
looked really long.
Why does he always have his hair in this fucking little bun ponytail thing? It looks so unflattering. Let
I'm not
that hair
sure. I'm
down
not
on a.
sure what that look is.
It's awful. Let that hair down on a. Maybe saving it for the finale. Like let it all out and like Timotei. you know.
It was also the first time we saw Ari topless as well this week. I realised
Oh,
it was a
yeah.
bit weird seeing him without a top on.
Any good?
Mm, not for me.
No, not for me either.
So yeah, okay, here we go. In the diary room, Ari is going, "Oh, this is a new and improved Ari, and I think I'm gonna have to change up my strategy a bit." He
Oh,
said,
yeah.
"I think Ari is gonna have to be a bit of a loyal person." Ooh, it makes me feel sick.
Mm.
Uh, if I win, I might even give the money to charity. He said,
Oh, as if.
which made me think, oh, you're not allowed to talk about what you're going to do with the money in BBUK because it influences how people are going to vote. But in Australia, obviously, you are allowed because we've
Ah.
heard a lot of, oh, my family this, and
Mm.
I want to sort out my mum and I want to sort out my dad, and
Mm.
I might give some money to charity. Like,
Mm.
yeah, it was unusual to hear people talk about what they would do because I never usually get to hear
Mm. He said, I'm now a moral person who doesn't mind drinking tap water.
that.
um, so Christina and Adriana, oh God, it was Adriana somewhere, said they wanted to work with him.
Yeah, they were sort of this. What's it?
I know
Conceiving a
what,
plan to sort
yeah,
of
because
bring
Adriana,
Ari into the fold because they had no one left.
yeah, because Adriana sort of didn't trust Danny anymore, did she?
Yeah, after that little spat.
And rightly so.
What did you think about Ari sort of being so committed to Tilly's wishes? Because that doesn't serve his game, no matter which way you look at it.
No, but he didn't. He betrayed it in the end, didn't he? But he
Well, he
was.
did, but like, why did he seemingly? Oh, was it all just for TV?
I think it was mirror room brain, wasn't it?
Oh
And then
yeah.
once it wore off, he was like, "Oh, fuck that." Don't you think?
Yeah. I don't know why you've just reminded me of when I when I went to travel around the world. I might have said this in the podcast before, and I probably have. And I came back and I remember being like, oh, people live with so little in different parts of the world. I don't need these Big Brother VHS tapes that I've recorded for all the years. And I chucked them all out. And then after a bit of time back in my environment, I was like, oh shit, I shouldn't have chucked those away.
God, well, you certainly kept a lot of stuff, so.
Yeah, but I had every episode videoed from like BB2 to BB6 or something. There was a
Mm,
lot of videotapes.
yeah, you don't need. You were right initially. You don't.
They're all in the landfill in China somewhere now, rotting
Mm,
away.
mm.
Sad.
Well, there goes the environment. So
What's this?
Danny was uncomfortable with Ari
Go.
coming back and said something about snakes and ladders.
Oh yes, he did.
Quote,
The title that
quoting
you
my
choose.
title.
Yeah,
Mm,
you created that title a few weeks ago. You
mm,
preempted that quote from Danny.
mm,
Yeah, he said it's not ideal. I blindsided him. Yeah, you're
mm,
right. It's not.
mm,
Sid is now Danny and Ari's common enemy, though. That was
mm,
what united them potentially.
mm,
So Danny, Danny.
mm.
That's the new alliance between Ari and Danny. Danny took Ari aside into the cave for a strat chat.
Mm,
What's this? Danny telling Ari he has multiple targets on his back to send him right back out,
mm.
and he thinks that they've got the numbers to make it happen. This is another example of Danny going, the numbers are there. Like, this is sorry, this is hate to break it to you.
Yeah.
Danny would be a good like consultant for people with terminal illnesses. You just deliver it like that. Sorry, mate. Like you ain't got the numbers are against you. You've only got a few days left. Sorry.
So then Ari was saying about his promise to Tilly, and Dan said in the diary room, I'm watching the rat. He's like a cockroach. He can't be killed.
Ari said that about Danny.
No, Danny said that
Danny
about
said that
Ari.
about Ari.
Hmm. Interesting.
I've written here that Danny is like laying out the plan with Ari, which
Hmm.
I've then written, which will work because it always does. But I don't know if it did work. Did it?
No, I think it worked temporarily, but then stopped.
I've written something about Danny's face when Ari tells him about his promise to Tilly. I'm not sure what the face was. I probably should
Hmm.
have taken a screenshot of it, but apparently it was a picture. It was a picture.
Danny does pull the best faces. Actually, Ari pulls good faces as well. He's got the biggest resting bitch face ever.
I've also written here that I like seeing the housemates in the morning when they haven't yet woken up properly. It
I like
makes me
that.
feel like they're real people.
Yeah, I like that as well. All puffy face. Ari said, I would rather shove a fork in my head than play a loyal, honest game.
What about the promise to Tilly?
Yeah, hold on. A minute ago, he said he didn't mind drinking tap water and he was going to give money to charity. Make your mind up.
I tell you what else. Dan said that my Dan
Mm,
because I was watching some like clips from Big Brother Australia on YouTube, and there's this one channel. By the way, I had to turn off notifications on YouTube because even though I'm not subscribed to that channel, YouTube kept going, "Oh, you recommended for you. How
oh,
about
so
this?"
annoying.
It very nearly spoiled Danny's eviction for me.
Oh,
Which that was the final straw. The
mm,
YouTube notifications went right off.
mm,
Um, and we watched an interview where Ari had been interviewed on Sunrise on Australian morning TV,
mm,
and he was going to the presenters, "Oh yeah, there's more to come, and you're going to see a new Ari."
mm,
And then Dan knew from that that only Ari was going to make it out of the mirrored room. And I thought, why are they doing that? Like, of course you choose to watch it or not. We just
mm,
happened to watch that one. That's
mm.
when I decided I'm not going to watch any of this stuff from now on because it's going to ruin stuff that's in the pipeline.
That's what they did. Even on the day of Danny's eviction, at the start, they went, we say goodbye to one of the biggest players to ever play this game. And I thought, that's got to be a double bluff. That can't be Danny. That's honestly what they
They
said
said that
at the
in the
start of the
intro.
episode. Yeah. I was just
Yeah,
like,
we mute that bit when they're
yeah, you're
doing
right, Tim.
those.
And I was just like, that's got to be, that's got to be bullshit. But sure enough, why are they spoiling their own show? That's so dumb.
Especially when it comes down to SJ and Danny at the end, right? So
Hmm.
you wouldn't consider SJ one of the biggest players in the game. It is
No.
really annoying. Get it
Hmm.
together,
Yeah,
producers.
sort it out, big brother.
Also, they teased this the week before. What was coming up next was the twist this week is Second Chance Week.
Hmm.
And I caught a glimpse of it. I saw a bit of the puzzle, and it was definitely Christina competing in it. And I thought, that's too much as well. That's
That's
going to ruin it
revealed
for
who
me.
the nominee is.
Yeah.
This they're considering they're literally pre-recorded the whole show. It's really up to them to keep it under lock and key, not fuck up like that.
Mm. You got
Oh,
one job, big brother.
yeah.
Anyway, Second Chance Week. What did you think?
Um, at first I was a bit confused, but then once I understood it, I actually liked it.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. It actually reminded me of the game changer competitions that we had back in the day in BBK
Mm.
when we sort of introduced a semi like veto
Oh yeah,
competition.
yeah.
There's that one where they had to hang off those clocks. I thought they were going to do something similar
And
in
it
this week.
it sort of got rid of that first part of the episode that's kind of boring as well, where they're just sort of doing something funny or doing a little task.
Oh, but we like that. That's
Yeah, but
that's
it
the real
goes
Big
on a bit.
Brother.
It goes on a bit too long.
Oh, too many counting birds.
Yeah, it's good, but it's just a bit like okay, let's get on with the action.
So the nominees competed to save themselves from the block, basically.
Mm.
So they were teased this, I guess. But Sid is doing a lot of talking. I don't know what about anything about what Sid said.
I said I've got Danny said you missed the first time and you won't the second. Sid. Oh, that was it in the garden. Danny went
Oh,
out and made a deal with Sid and shook his hand and said, "Let's not put each other up."
yeah, he did. What? And then he honored it, which I was really surprised about. But then Danny's handshake is, I mean, it's everything for him.
Danny's sewing up that
Danny said to Sid, "I know
gaping
you're going
hole.
to nominate me."
Sorry.
Danny said, "I know you're going to nominate me," and Sid basically said, "I know you're going to nominate me too." And that's when they
Mm,
went, "Well, let's agree not to then."
mm,
Well, no, don't do that,
mm.
Danny. I knew that was a bad idea.
No, it was good because Sid
Was it
went.
a good idea?
Yeah.
Did Sid go in this episode or the next one?
I'm not sure actually.
Oh, let's work our way through short memories. Yeah,
Very.
Danny was willing to do a handshake deal.
Oh, that that's the real deal. Dan said,
And I've written here, surely they're double bluffing each other, but Danny seems serious. I couldn't quite work it out.
"Oh, Danny doesn't go back on his word."
Mm.
Danny in the diary room said, "This is where the wheeling and dealing comes out. I've had 5 cups of coffee already today."
Wired.
Yeah.
So this nominations challenge took place in the basement. Let's see if we can remember this and if there are any
Oh, I
balls
know what it
involved.
was. The two beams like this, Gaz. And
Oh,
then
yeah, the girders.
yeah,
I've written what are these?
yeah,
They're all going, oh, body weight, body weight.
yeah.
So yeah, they had to hold them apart, didn't they? They were
And
like
if they smash
anchoring
together,
towards one another. Yeah,
yeah, if they smash together, you were out, right?
that was a really tough physical challenge, actually.
Yeah. And how do we know that they're calibrated to the correct body weight? We don't.
What they were supposed to be 40% of their body weight. We
Mm,
we we have to take Big Brother's word for that. Big
yeah.
Brother would not lie to us, would he?
Mm, hope not. I noticed
Ari thinks. Go on.
a lot of people look very sweaty.
Oh yeah, the sweat patches under the arms.
And the hands.
Ooh, well yeah, it would be sweaty pushing
Mm,
in one place on a metal bar.
mm,
Ari said he thinks it's safe to say that if he doesn't win, he'll be nominated.
mm-hmm,
But yeah, they all got pins and needles really quick because
mm,
the hands were above their heads, weren't they? So I
mm.
feel like if it's above your heart or your head, it's harder to pump the blood up there, isn't it? Into your
Yeah.
fingers.
Just ask Jesus.
Marley said, I can't feel my hands. Is that safe?
Mm. No, they're gonna fall off.
And he said, I've got such an itchy nose.
Mhm.
Um, Anything about how they lasted? Can't
Just
remember who fell
I've got
first.
Danny was smirking when Christina went out, and
Oh yeah, SJ fell out first, which is quite a common occurrence. Then
I've got
Christina,
Marley and Ari both dripping with sweat. I'm just mostly on sweat watch, it seems. Marley is
sweating
very
bullets, as they
sweaty.
say.
Marley is very sweaty. Have you noticed? He's always sweating.
Well, he's doing the work.
Mm,
Adriana dropped third.
mm,
So after only 15 minutes, this is three of them
mm,
dropped, and it
mm.
came to Danny, Sid, Marley, and Ari. Oh yeah, Marley said that Sid has biceps the size of this apparatus.
I was quite surprised to see that Sid was kind of muscly. I was thinking of him as being, a nerdy type.
Yeah, I think because he just keeps himself covered up, he's not really like a shower, is he?
Yeah, he's a secret comp beast.
Well, the evidence doesn't suggest that he is. However, um, referring to Tully's podcast, he was insistent that his strategy was based upon social game, and he was purposely not going hard in the competitions. And he said that he had a very strong connection with SJ,
Hmm.
and that every morning before the housemates were awake, he and SJ would come together for like a private time where they would talk about intel from Sid's side of the house and
Okay.
SJ's side of the house and exchange information, and that was how he was playing the game. And he was like, "It's probably not the best TV, and that's why it wasn't in the edit."
What?
Do you believe
I
this?
I thought Sid and SJ were on the same side of the house. Well, they used to be anyway. I guess she's not going to
Yeah, I
show
guess they were
judgment,
sharing.
isn't she, to Danny?
Yeah, and SJ probably had more intel from Danny's side and intentions, I suppose.
Hmm.
I've just got to find my place in my notes again because my app just crashed.
Ari was on tiptoes and said, "Please don't nominate me." Sid cut a deal with Ari. Ari says he doesn't trust Dan. Um, what was this? Dan said it wasn't a handshake. You pinky promised half the people in this room. Who's he saying that to? Ari. I think Ari about backdooring him.
Pinky promise. I'm not sure actually.
I think it was
I
because
thought.
Ari was saying if I drop,
Oh, go on.
and then Dan was basically saying when I promised you, it wasn't a handshake, so that's not legally binding.
Right. Ari was sort of like going, "Oh, let's make a deal that everyone doesn't nominate me."
Hmm.
He was kind of joking with it. One
Yeah.
of those like Danny's like, "Oh, I'm forming a new alliance. Who wants to join?" It was like one of those.
Yeah.
Um, But I put only Danny does agree to that deal that he won't nominate Ari,
Mm,
and Sid also promised not to nominate Ari.
mm.
But didn't Ari fall before Sid and Danny? I think.
I think so.
Okay, they both promised Ari the safety, so he decided to drop. Danny goes, Danny goes, "Are you about to drop?" Ari goes, "I will in a second." And then Danny goes, Can you make that second hurry up?"
Yeah, he was obviously about to go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So
and then
this was a
Sid.
really odd moment.
Yeah, go on.
No, go on. You were already there. Go for
Yeah,
it.
no, it was weird because it was Sid versus Danny, and it was like, oh my god, this is like the two against each other. And then Sid just threw it to Danny. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and Sid looked like he had a lot more in the tank.
Mm.
Like he looked very comfortable. He could definitely have outlasted Danny, who's
Yeah,
already
so
been whinging to Ari about dropping. So this was really, I wasn't really sure why. Perhaps Sid didn't want the blood on his hands, but like, not that they ever say
mm.
that in BBAU, but like, why didn't he want it at this moment?
Yeah, because Danny could have easily gone back on that handshake.
I wish he did, but the handshake
Yeah.
means too much to Danny. He's a man of integrity, and
um. Oh yeah, I've put. Why did Sid do that? Did he not want to show his cards? Um. And then Danny in the diary room, when he went to nominate, said, I thought I had a roadmap, and that's totally changed. All right, Boris. Oh no.
those roadmaps do change. Yeah, he goes, I'm about to put three people up who are going to be upset with me. Oh, yeah, because he nominated Adriana.
Literally nominated everyone in his own alliance.
She hasn't talked any strategy with me since we had that argument, he said. And I think that she would be putting me up. I actually do think Adriana probably would have put Danny up at that
Yeah,
point
I.
as well. But Christina, he said she's an absolute challenge beast.
Hmm.
And SJ, because of the promises. Yeah, he basically promised his way into having to nominate SJ.
Yeah, he promised Sid and he promised Ari, didn't he? And Marley,
Mm, is untouchable at
yeah,
this point because he's
yeah.
his closest ally.
Hmm.
The turnaround.
I know.
Yeah. He did also say about SJ, I think I can save her tomorrow on the couch at the
Oh
eviction ceremony.
yeah. Sour.
Danny's pre announcement face, I've written.
Yeah, I put sour faces
He,
all round.
yeah, and Danny actually was hiding his face when the
Mm.
announcement came out. He had his hand over his face.
And then when they announced it, SJ went, oh, bros before hoes.
Something I've picked up on the gram.
Good old bros before hoes. Eh? Um,
Danny goes, just because I nominated you, it doesn't mean I want to send you home. And then he took SJ aside and basically said, look, I want to bury Christina.
mm,
So this didn't go Danny's way then.
no, because of the nomination challenge.
I'm trying to understand what happened here. Oh yeah, I remember because of the because of the what?
Because of the the
Because of the
next
competition.
challenge. Yeah, the face off.
I thought SJ won that
Oh
one.
yeah, she did. Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, I don't think Danny cared who went out of Adriana or Christina as long as it wasn't SJ.
mm. Do you think SJ is the finalist?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think she
yeah,
might be.
yeah. Everyone is apart from one, aren't they?
Yeah.
Hmm.
It'd be interesting to see who is going to go.
Hmm.
I do think Marley should be in the final, and I think Marley is the winner now. Don't you?
Yeah.
Don't you think Marley should be the winner?
Well,
Um,
it will be and should be are two different things.
okay. Oh,
It
out of who's left, who do you think who do you think should be?
depends what you're going off because sob story wise, yeah. Gameplay wise, Marley's made a lot of dumb moves.
He's not had the best run, but he's managed to be the last standing of the kind of other side of the house, as it were.
I quite admire Christina, but the thing that's pissing me off about her is when she does that little dance in the diary room when she wins.
Oh, she got no rhythm, is she, that girl?
Oh, it's just irritating, and that actually has put me off her and her ears. Um, Ari, I do quite admire his snake-like gameplay,
Mm.
but do I really want to see him win it? Not
I think that
really.
you would generally go on who's entertained you the most, and
Hmm.
you might actually think that Ari has done.
Yeah, and Ari did take out Danny, so that's got to respect game there.
Game
Yeah,
recognized game.
I don't really know who I want to win. Not SJ really.
You really didn't like Ash at the start, so I'm not
I
surprised you
don't
don't want to
mind it
win.
now, but I don't really want it to win. Oh, I'm doing it for the old women.
Yeah, old bags has left with Mary. SJ does not associate with that.
So then what happened?
Yeah, Danny basically was like, I want to bury Christina. Danny told Marley and Ari that he is now taking his game with no emotion. It's
Mm,
100% strategy.
mm.
Has Danny's game ever been with emotion?
Well, I don't know. He's emotional.
Yeah, true.
And then
Oh,
Adriana in the diary room said, "Oh, I know where I stand with him now."
yeah, Big Brother said, is your relationship with Danny now over? And she said she would never trust him in this house again.
It's a shame. Her husband will be pleased.
Oh, now they all jumped in the pool with their clothes on for some reason.
Oh, I thought that was meant to be a punishment. It can't be that bad.
Oh, the next day I remembered the rabbits are still there because Danny was like petting the rabbits, little
Mm.
bunnies.
Oh, bless them.
Christina said she's going to fight so hard, and she started to cry about how much staying in the house meant to her.
Mm.
And then SJ said it's do or die today. Um,
And Sid said, "If I stay tonight, Danny, you better start packing."
Fight and talk.
Mm.
Next time I've got the competition in the yard, I think.
Mm. I've put where are SJ's eyebrows.
Has
Have a
she
look
not
at
got any?
have a look at SJ's eyebrows, everyone. That you won't be able to find anything there. Nothing to see here.
I never noticed that.
Yeah, they're gone. They've upped and left with Mary.
Big Brother asked SJ if she was surprised to be nominated by Danny, and she said,
Mm.
yes, initially, but I understand there's not many people left, and I'm looking forward to getting on with it.
Mm.
Keep calm and carry on.
It's the
This
bliss.
was a this was a really good competition to
Yeah, it
watch.
was. It was.
I it also so it's the if you don't know, it's the brick wall one. It was very much like spelling out words on a puzzle reminds me of BBUS. Like
Mm.
you see that sort of shit a lot.
Yeah.
But BBAU was like, okay, we'll do that, but we'll make them concrete bricks.
Yeah.
That's like it just like turns it up
Mm.
100% basically.
Mm. It was so good. It was so hard. And it was a real challenge. And Adriana was just dodo music from
Ah,
the beginning.
hilarious to watch though. Watching the words like kind of malform and
Yeah,
like partly look like it was going the right way, but was never going to get there.
so bad. Um, but how good was SJ? Fucking hell. You gotta hand it to her.
That
I've
was
got to hand
stamina.
it's so good. It's, I mean, I know they always gone about her age, but Christina's young, fit, you know.
Oh yeah, I at the start of this competition, I probably even got it in my notes. Like Christina has this in
Mm,
the bag. I would have thought. I would
mm.
definitely thought Christina had it, but it was so tense because obviously, what did the what did the word say? Safe from eviction or
Safe
something? I
from
can't remember.
eviction. Yeah.
Yeah, and those bricks, there were 60 of those in every puzzle, and they weighed 10 kilograms each.
Mm,
So that is like a lot of movement,
mm.
a lot of weight being shifted, and then they had to knock it down with that concrete wrecking drum.
Oh yeah. I forgot
Aiming
about
like a wrecking drum.
I forgot about that part.
So once SJ started to swing it, she was almost kind of aiming too high. And then it looked like Christina might catch up because if you hit
Mm,
lower, you'll obviously take out
mm.
more bricks. So it was
Yeah,
like
because
so tense.
SJ was doing it sort of like row by row, wasn't she? But Christina
Mm.
just like did the middle, and then all the ones at the top went down. It's like, oh shit.
Adriana's trying to spell out the words my Dan goes, is this in Russian or what?
Adriana goes, I'm not a builder. Yeah.
Yeah, she goes, that's why we pay builders.
Yeah, I put Aura Speller.
SJ SJ doing surprisingly well. She says, this is what I do in my spare time. And Big Brother went bricklaying. I like that character of Big Brother that makes a joke with them.
um, so SJ won.
Woo!
Danny did the whole, when you go phew and wipe your head like that. Annoying. Uh, that was the first challenge that SJ had won.
Yeah, it was a real surprise to see her fly through that like that, but like so satisfying to see her come through. And also, it's nice for someone to finally have a victory after being quite inept at most of the
Mm.
competitions so far.
Come through, SJ.
Yeah, come through, SJ, because I always thought, she's supposed to be like this yoga person. I thought,
Mm,
like with the stack of cards up the ladder, I thought, oh, she might do this one because she's probably more
mm,
careful and things
yeah.
where she could balance. I thought, oh,
Right.
she'll be able to do this. I
Mm.
never thought shifting fucking
Bricks.
how many
Yeah.
kilograms? 600. Is that right? 600 kilograms of bricks would be
Mm.
her fucking moment.
Forte.
Mm.
um, yeah, and when they said SJ has been on the block like fucking 9 times or something, it's like, oh, shit, that is a proper porn right there.
Porn star.
um, so
SJ said, I'm very torn with who I want to stay. I'm going to listen to what the girls have to say. I'm going to listen to what the boys have to say.
and she said, I'm going to speak to Danny. Um, Ari said he wanted to vote Christina out. Adriana has got some big boobs on her, I've written.
Well, we saw Adriana came in boobs first through the sofa. Do you remember?
God, huge.
It's very much like here's a boob and here's the housemate.
um, Christina was crying in the diary room. Oh, yeah, and saying, oh, she wants to win the money for her mum and how she can relate to Marley with his storyline about his mum and,
His
you know,
storyline, not
sub
her words.
story.
We're from a similar background. She said, Ari told Adriana to not tell Christina, but I'm voting for her tonight.
Right.
She wants to make a big move, and I think that I could be that move. This is why Ari was twitching because he thought Christina was going to turn on him at this point, but that switched back over the next couple of
Yeah,
days when
when
they
it was
started to work together
convenient.
incognito.
Yeah, when it was convenient.
Yeah, but Danny started to say to, no, about Christina. I'm not sure to who. Like it's done. He was like, it's
Mm,
done.
mm,
This is the bury in of Christina. She's a
mm,
challenge beast. She's an absolute challenge beast, mate.
mm,
It's done.
mm,
And even Christina started to worry at this point because it obviously came down to this was the difference. It was a two-way eviction,
mm.
so there was more at stake.
Yeah.
And if you look at if you look at the resumes,
Mm.
resumes on paper, of course, Adriana's not as strong.
Mm. Oh, you frozen. Oh, oh, there you are.
Yeah, I mean, Adriana hasn't managed to win. She's only managed to win one competition, I think, which is when SJ played that replay, wasn't it?
Yeah. So she wouldn't have even won that had it not been for the replay. So the next thing is the eviction, right?
Um, what's this? Hang on, I've got here that Christina really wants to stand next to Marley on the podium. I put
Yeah.
Marley is now unsure, and I guess about which way he was voting.
Oh, so
Ari and
Christina's
Ari
trying to
can't believe it.
Christina's obviously trying to pull on Marley's heartstrings with the story about her mum.
Ah, yeah, she did.
Mm.
She took
Mm.
him aside and said, "I think that we're like similar
Similar.
here."
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. SJ thinks it's going to come down to what is said on the count. She said,
Mm.
"Yeah, I'm in the eviction room now."
Yeah. Are you?
Yeah,
Right.
lovely, very cozy. Dim lighting. I could fall asleep.
So Sonia, I haven't got Sonia's outfit. Have you?
I've written that Sonia is wearing powder blue.
Oh, let's see. So Sonia said to SJ, "You inspire all of us." That was quite
Oh yeah, that was really nice. She said,
nice.
at 65 years of age, I'm sure I can speak for all the housemates and say that you inspire all of us. And they all agreed. I thought that was a very nice little moment there.
It was.
Oh yeah,
Um,
both Adriana and Christina were wearing pink for this eviction. Was that? Do you think they coordinated? Was that a plan?
I can't remember if it looked good or not.
I thought they looked all right.
Hmm.
Dan said Adriana looked awful, but I thought she looked quite okay. It was kind of like
Oh, you're Dan.
my Dan.
I was
It's kind
gonna
of like
say.
it was quite a boob rap situation.
Oh yeah, that was awful. Yeah.
I've put Sonia asked Christina how it feels when you're out of a challenge, watching people make deals in front of you, i.e., Danny to
Hmm.
Sid. She was like, "Yeah, it's not ideal for Sonia."
Hmm.
Not gonna lie. Sonia asked Marley if this is his chance to take a shot at Christina. Yeah, apparently they started to talk about Marley and Christina having been coming for each other for a long time. Hardly Danny and Katie, is it?
I wrote down the Marley versus Christina battle. I don't even remember. It's like Christina was sort of on Danny's side and Marley was on Jess's side, but it wasn't like Marley and Christina were directly, oh, I hate them, let's get them out. Yeah, that's
No.
good rewriting history there.
Marley talks about assets moving forward.
Hmm.
I put Christina seems transfixed on Marley's 10K win. She was obviously talking about that
Oh,
again for
oh,
some reason.
target.
Sonia reopening that scab for Adriana about being blindsided on Ari's eviction.
Hmm.
Did she think that SJ was going to throw one back her way? That's what she asked.
And
As a,
Adriana said, I hope they don't blindside me tonight. Mhm.
I've written speeches. There seem to be long speeches in this eviction. Christina wants the ones that have had to sacrifice a leg when they've needed to at the end.
And Christina also said, I've been here since day dot, i.e., I've been here longer than Adriana. I've been here from the start.
Yeah,
Playing
well,
that
and then but the
playing that
rebuttal for that is
mm,
Adriana going, I feel like I've had to work twice as hard to get here. Please don't see me as an intruder. Like, basically, I fought to be here. I'm
right.
the last stand. It's like, do respect me as the last standing intruder, but don't
Mm,
hold it against me that I'm an intruder.
right. Well, that's a fair argument. Christina got evicted, didn't she? So that's a negative against her. When she was
Christina got evicted.
when she was the Walking Dead.
Oh, semi evicted, I suppose.
Well, Um,
One foot in, one foot out.
oh,
Neither
so
in nor out
and
of my
then
game.
Marley said, "You have played an integral game." Stop saying
Be
integral.
saying that as well.
Stop saying integral when you mean integrity. The
Mm,
the what's the word I'm looking for? The verb of integrity is not
Objective.
integral. Is it the verb?
Oh,
Hard to believe I have a
uh,
degree.
no, you probably is the verb. Um, no, it's not. It's what is it again? What's the word we're looking for?
It's integrity, and you're
Integrity.
saying integral.
And you play with integrity.
Hmm.
No, it's not the same.
No, I can hear my cat yelling outside the house. Shut up. Towie bought in 3 mice yesterday. Three. That's a
In the
lot.
daytime,
No, in the evening.
it's a lot. Dead or
Mm.
alive?
All alive, and I managed to get them all out. Stressful. So, anyway, um, oh yeah, Adriana had bird's nest hair. I've put. She'd sort of backcombed her hair, and it was just like massive. Looked awful.
Well, her hair looked quite good. Oh, I liked it.
Oh wow. Okay.
Like a bit of backcombing.
Mm.
uh, in the vote, SJ said there is one person who I've watched play the most incredible game.
That was
I've not got who
Christine.
they were,
That was
by the way.
Christina, obviously.
Was it Ari goes? Yeah, yeah. Good
Ain't gonna
point.
be
There's only these
Adriana,
two on the
is it?
block. Ari goes, "Oh my god, hi. I'm so thirsty. My throat is so sore." It's like, okay, we're all doing the nominate
maybe that
addiction now.
maybe that's why he's always wearing that lip gloss because his lips are dry. Maybe he's very dehydrated.
Does the lip gloss help?
Yeah,
Makes you
it
feel like
does.
they're
Yeah,
hydrated.
like a little drink.
Marley goes, "I'm voting with my heart tonight, Big Brother." You knew at that point that was definitely sided with Christina.
Mm,
There wasn't anything shown for Sid. But Adriana's foot is going. Did you notice that? She had a shaky foot.
no, but I do like to take note of that.
So yeah, it was a clean sweep. Adriana got all four.
I was surprised, weren't you?
Um, I don't know if I was not. Well, actually, I guess if you think about it purely strategically, it would have been better to take out Christina.
Of
And it
course.
did look like it was going to go that way, and it wasn't
Yeah.
what Danny wanted. So I probably was surprised, but I can't remember being surprised.
I was surprised because I've written you what? Exclamation. And then Danny said to Christina, "Did you know?" Um, oh yeah, and I said Christina could come after Danny now because she owes the four people who voted to save her.
Yeah, and the problem was that Danny didn't have a vote, did he?
No.
Because he was the winner.
So he was the only one who sort of hadn't done something to help Christina that day. Yeah, that actually maybe Sid was right to throw this comp to Danny.
Mm.
So that was
So
it,
Adriana
Adriana.
said in the car that she sees Christina, Marley, and Sid in the final. Wow,
Well.
shows how much she knows.
that
I've written here. I predict Christina, SJ, and Danny. Shows how much I know.
would be good. That would be good. Were you sad to see Adriana go? It's
Oh, my Adriana. I did like Adriana.
a bit pointless, wasn't she?
Um, here's something I will tell you now because while we're on the subject of Adriana, and obviously I've listened to Tully's podcast with Adriana, you just said Adriana was a bit pointless. Would you believe that Adriana was scouted to be a housemate?
From where?
I'm not sure from where, but she apparently thought that her involvement was initially going to be to go and be a stylist involved with the show for a few days.
Oh.
And then they said, no, we actually want you to be a housemate. So
Oh.
she was picked out to be an intruder.
That's weird. I don't know why they did that.
No, I mean, I did. What I appreciated, I suppose, was that Adriana was a companion for Danny.
Hmm.
And for a time, she was like a support for Danny, which he wouldn't have been able to find elsewhere in the house, probably.
Hmm.
So she did serve a purpose, even for like our favorite player.
Yeah, she was okay. She had her moments, but to be honest, if she'd not been there, I could have lived without it too.
Yeah, but at least she was not a Charlotte,
That's true.
either Charlotte one or two.
That's true. But
Um,
I wouldn't have been happy to see her on the podium. Let's put it that
no, on the podium is a new thing now, isn't
way. Yeah, she didn't belong on
it?
the
No, you're
podium.
right. I don't think she didn't belong on the podium, but she what I guess what I appreciated about Adriana was she seemed like a real person,
Hmm.
but she wasn't
Yeah.
that so boring with it that she didn't have a place in the house. I feel like she was still somewhat entertaining at times, especially when she got really pissed off with Danny and was so upset about being blindsided. Like there was a bit of drama there.
Hmm.
She wasn't funny or anything, but she Big Brother managed to sort of like get the best out of her. I would say.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that.
So yeah, Adriana said also to Tully, by the way, go listen to Tully's podcast if you don't already. Um, that she wants Christina to win, and she
Hmm.
said that she's had it tough and she's done it on her own. Um, she's revealed that she is actually styling the three finalists.
Oh, that's interesting. But
Mm.
we'll be the judge of if that's any good or not.
uh, and this is something which is completely unrelated to this season, but it spurred Tully to talk about how in her season Big Brother wanted to portray her in a certain way,
Hmm.
and they actually asked her to dye her hair purple before she went into the house, and
Oh,
Charlie says
really?
not going to do that. And
That's
she said, like,
interesting.
she goes, if you look at the promotion around the show, I was made to look kind of street, she said.
Uh,
And when she opened her suitcase, she found that they put outfits inside her suitcase for her to wear in the house.
no way.
Yeah, and she goes, they included stuff like leather overalls and band t-shirts. And I think back, I remember Tully wearing band t-shirts.
Hmm.
She goes, they obviously had a certain way they wanted to portray me. And I
Hmm.
guess it sounds quite typical, stereotypically lesbian, if you ask me, which isn't
That
cool for production to do that.
that would actually freak me out if I thought they were trying to like pigeonhole me like that.
Yeah, and then Adriana was like, "Did you wear them?" She's like, "Yeah, I wore them. Like, I was
Hmm.
wearing the t-shirts because why not? I got bored of my own clothes. It was a new outfit, so yeah, I did."
Yeah. Hmm. That is so weird. I wonder if they did that for other people too.
I wonder that as well.
That's
It's
kind of
odd, and I
creep.
wonder if
That's
I've
kind of
ever.
creepy.
I don't feel like UK Big Brother has ever done that to people.
No.
I always feel like it's usually their own clothes, apart from the odd occasion where maybe they'll give them. Obviously, there's outfits for a task, but like they might
I
dress them for the meal, the final supper, but that's about it.
I honestly feel like Big Brother UK does not try and push certain stereotypes. Like, I mean, it does cast stereotypes, but it
Mm,
doesn't try and push people into that mold like BBUS does. This is the jock. This is the geek. Do you know what I mean?
mm.
BBUK never did that to me. It kind of accepted people as they were, I would say.
Yeah, I think so too.
But that's interesting.
So yeah, Adriana scouted.
From the club, maybe working men's club.
Do you want
We
to
have
have
a
a
break.
break or do you want to go?
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
have a break because I need to get a drink. I'm
sure.
thirsty. Wow.
Yeah.
So we are just talking about selling stuff on marketplace travails, and
Mm,
so this woman came around to buy this bedspread thing off me that I got that I'd never opened, and
yeah.
she said, "Oh, it's very nice around here, isn't it?" I was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." She said, "Yeah, me and my husband moved here and well, yeah, just blah 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 road over there." And she said, "Yeah, we started up a wedding business." I was like, "Oh, that's nice." I said, "Yeah," and then he died.
Oh my God.
And I was actually like, I could not think of a thing to say because it was just so like out of the blue. Like it started off like, do you know what I mean, going one direction, and then she
Mm.
would just said that, and I was just like, and just didn't know what to say. And then she didn't have the right change, and it was just like, and then when I just come back in, Jack had like overheard the whole thing. Jack was just sat there like with his hand over his mouth.
Did you not go, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that"? That's what
No,
you
because
say.
I was so shocked that I just couldn't think of anything to say. It was just such a weird thing to say to someone who you're literally just meeting for 1 second.
I think that's a sort of like cry for help, don't you?
Yeah, it's a lonely
It's
thing, I
like,
think.
oh, but we could be friends, couldn't we?
Yeah.
No.
Like those Facebook people are so weird. It's like, will you come and meet me here and bring it? No. Will you will you accept £7? No. Fuck off.
Yeah, no. The price is the price, and I've put the price that I want. So the ideal Facebook buyer is the person who accepts the price that you've put there and just goes, "Yeah, I'll take it and I'll come today." That happened to me with some chairs that I sold.
Hmm.
But everyone else that's making offers, I'm like, I've already reduced the price, which I do as a marketing strategy anyway. If you
Hmm.
put a price and then you mark it down, it crosses it out, so it looks like a bargain.
Yeah.
Crosses out the original price.
Yeah. And then they go, oh, like that woman who sent me the sad face when I sold it to someone else. And then you take it
That
down,
was
and
she was
then
so needy.
yeah, and then people are still messaging going, "Is it? Have you still got it?" It's like, no, it's gone. Can you go away and leave me alone forever? It's so annoying. It is. I don't know if it's even worth it actually having weirdos come around to your house, but
The other thing, yeah, I think that some of those people on Facebook, they've got like profiles that are not the real name either. I don't trust those ones.
hmm,
It's like one guy that was messaging me is called Echo Echo. It's like that's not your name.
yeah. Do you like
And then
go
you look
through?
at their profile.
Do you like go through the
Yeah.
messages and pick the nicest looking person?
Oh, I always check as soon as someone messages me, I'm straight on their profile, like weirdo or not. The thing is, you know where the biggest weirdos are? The market on in the market, the biggest weirdos. What am I trying to say? The biggest weirdos in the market are the people that are in the market for shoes,
Oh, yeah, like my
as we know.
My mum's situation, yeah.
Yeah. Did we talk about that on the
I think
podcast?
we mentioned it before. Yeah, my mum got accosted by a foot fetishist on a
Yeah.
marketplace.
And I got this person who wants to buy my boots, and I just feel like I feel like he's a weirdo. I get bad vibes from him.
Mm.
And now he's badgering me for it. It's like after you tried to negotiate down, I wasn't
Mm.
happy with that. It's like, no, you pissed me off then, so
You're not
sorry.
having it.
No. Get what you're getting is ghosted. Huh.
Mm. Just block them. Just block them, right?
Could do
Mm. Anyway, that was the marketplace section of the
that.
podcast. Moving on. Oh yeah, this is what they said at the start of the episode. Check this out. There will be casualties, including one of the biggest players the game has ever seen. That is
It's terrible.
was this the
Who is
episode?
scripting that? They need to go.
Was this the episode Danny went?
No.
No. Oh, actually, maybe I'm wrong then. Who were they
This is
talking about
episode
then?
28. It
Who
was
were they
day
talk-
61.
Who the fuck were they talking about then? Sid.
Well, Sid went home, so
Okay,
it's a
never mind.
creative license.
Definitely.
Christina in the diary room said in the morning of day 61, I'm going to be the resident rat soon at this rate. Danny was reflecting on beating 20 other housemates from across Australia. Not
He
just
said,
20 people, 20 people from across the country's finest.
and he said, I've moved to a place of nostalgia about the house now.
Yeah.
Like when you're like,
Such a Danny Hayes quote.
yeah, like when you're leaving school and you know it's your last day and it's like, oh, remember when I used to go to school here? Dowie, stop pulling on that. He's pulling on the wire with my microphone plugged into it. Do I sound different?
Terror. Mm-mm.
Okay.
SJ is ready to bring this home for us old girls out there. And I've written old bags for what?
Is that urban planner for what speak?
Yeah. Danny wants to get a t-shirt that says I was in Big Brother on it.
I'm
Why does
sure
he want that?
I'm sure someone can make him one of those because he wants people to talk to him about
I think
it.
the face is enough.
Yeah, weren't you going to tell me how you're getting on with getting Danny on the show, or is that an off-air conversation?
Well, I was going to tell you, but I was going to tell you during the Danny segment because I've got stuff to talk about from
Oh,
Danny on Tully's podcast.
oh, okay, all right, wait.
Do you want me to tell you now?
No, let's
All right.
build up to it. Might get pique people's interest.
All
Um,
right. Ari is worried that Marley, Danny, and Sid will break away. SJ said, "Nothing is impossible, Ari."
hmm. Especially in this house, I've never seen so many flip floppers.
Hmm.
What was this? They were
I've
all.
put in. I've written. Sorry.
No, go on.
No, I've written. Ari has a real Disney villain in the background of a scene vibe. He always has like a sort of scowl in the
Yeah,
corner.
he does. He does. Who was describing everyone in
Ari.
one word in the house?
Oh, I don't know who that was.
It was someone intellectual, athlete,
Oh, I
underestimated.
know. Danny, Sid, and Marley. This was when they were all sitting around together and they were like labeling people.
Mm.
That's why Ari was twitching because he could see them having this conversation.
Oh yeah,
So he started to go to SJ. Do you think these guys are gonna like form an alliance here?
yeah.
He's basically like, I need I need to know what they're saying. So he did the taking the rubbish out strategy. Do you remember?
Oh yeah, just one cup, wasn't it?
There was a egg, I think it was an egg
Oh,
box that
that was
just
it. An
like
egg
goes out to
bar.
the bin
Yeah.
to put the egg box in the bin. And it's true, they all fell silent, even though they weren't actually really strategizing or talking
No,
about
they were
him.
just messing about. That is the worst thing you can do is go silent like that when people come by.
Mm. But it kind of, to the person who has walked in and it going silent, it feels like for sure they were definitely up to something.
Yeah, of
But in this
course.
case, but they kind of weren't. I didn't think. I
No,
don't
it's a false claim.
know. Ari wants to win a challenge to keep his promise made to Tilly again
Hmm.
in the mirror room and take out Sid.
Hmm. Good.
Now, I observed, well, actually, no, I was writing notes, but my Dan spotted it. Some interesting behavior from Christina. in
Hmm.
this episode. Did you spot anything
I
odd?
don't know. Go on.
I don't know if you remember, but she and SJ were kind of having a sort of bonding moment where they were both getting ready in the bathroom in front of the
Mm-hmm.
mirrors.
Mm.
Now, I'm going to show you, and the YouTube viewers will be able to see this. But if you're listening on the podcast on another, where have you gone?
I'm just putting my hair up, and I don't want to get my arms out. I'm still
Okay,
there. I'm still
yeah.
here. I
If
can
you're only
see.
listening and not watching, we'll describe this to you.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a shot of SJ and Christina getting ready.
Right.
Look at Christina. What
Yeah.
is Christina up to in this picture?
I don't know. What's she up to?
She seems to be applying makeup to her belly button, powdering her belly button and her body.
Oh, that's weird.
Why would
Why
anyone ever need to apply powder to their?
is
Is it
that?
to
I don't
just
believe
make it
that
look
is.
less sweaty, or
I don't think that is what she's doing. Is it? Is it?
she is? She's powdering her belly button. Look, it's right there.
I've never heard of such a thing.
Me neither.
I don't think that.
And if we ever get Christina on the podcast, this is the one question that I want answered.
You should tweet it at her. Tweet her that picture.
Yeah, good point.
That
There you go. Odd behavior.
is odd.
SJ said to Christina, "May the best girl win." Oh yeah, Danny gave me a bit of a throwback to Tim here.
Mm. Oh yeah, with the spoons.
Yeah, the spoon strategy,
Mm.
working out how to protect himself.
Mm.
He said he needs to make sure Christina and he are all good.
Yeah.
Danny said, if I'm going to nominate three boys, if I win, I'm going to nominate the three boys, and I'll even shake on it.
Mm. And Christina was like, "Yeah, right." And then in the diary room, she said, "Screw you, Danny." Danny. And she said the person she's going to put up if she wins is Daniel, Daniel, and Daniel. I thought she should have said Dan, Danny, and Daniel. That would have been funnier.
Mm, yeah, you're right. She said she didn't want the girls to go extinct. So the nomination challenge happened in the basement. Sid said that he was massively hungry to win today.
Mm.
This one reminded me of a BB UK competition we've had in the past, actually.
This is a classic BBUS competition as well.
Is it the
Yeah,
chicken wire?
with the chicken wire. Yeah, I've seen them do it with eggs. I've
Yes,
like
I was going to say, haven't we seen it with eggs?
yeah, I've seen them do it with Christmas baubles. I've seen them do it with a few different
Mm,
things, but never.
generally, things that are breakable
Yeah, but never going above. I've never seen that before.
over an arch.
Yeah, that's a
See,
new
BB
twist on it.
Australia always takes it and turns it
Yeah,
up.
yeah, they do. I liked
Yeah,
it.
I've got a feeling that we had it in UK Big Brother, and they were eggs, and they were dressed as chickens, and if they dropped, they'd smash.
Yeah, that rings a bell. But
Or have I seen? Did I watch that in US and I got
that
confused?
definitely did happen in US, but it could have happened in ours too. But we don't do comps that much in ours.
No, on the odd occasion we have.
Yeah.
Yes, they had to maneuver these five balls over a wire arch using only your fingers and into the Big Brother eye, and then they had to like roll those balls across those bars. Do you remember? It was
Yeah,
like
and release the
like a
bars.
yeah, to drop them into these little vessels.
That was good. That was so tense.
It reminded me of I had this thing called Screwball Scramble when I was a kid. It was like a
Yeah,
little
it was
marble
like
maze.
yeah, it was like that. Yeah. I used to have that too. That was so hard. That was hard as well.
One of those like once you've mastered it,
Yeah.
you can do it.
Yeah.
Like Marley with the balls. So also in at the start of this competition, Big Brother mentioned the eviction tonight, and all the housemates went tomorrow night, like as
Mm,
if Big Brother got it wrong, and Big Brother was
mm.
like, no, tonight. And they were like, oh shit.
So the thing that struck me as they were doing this was how sweaty they were again. Marley was
Hmm.
uh, so tall and then having to sort of bend down and do it. It was really difficult, wasn't it?
Hmm.
And I think he's got quite big fingers as well. Like you definitely got an advantage having small fingers for this comp, haven't you?
Big Brother said Marley struggles with those big fingers and those tiny holes.
Whoa. Well.
Personal. Actually, I didn't think about this. Like Danny might have struggled because he was short. Could he even reach the top of the archway? Wasn't that high, was
Yeah, I
it?
don't know. Danny was doing awful. In fact, yeah,
I'm not surprised. He's terrible at these things.
well, you say that, but what about the next day? Or whenever it
I
was?
can't remember it yet.
Oh,
I've written that it came. Oh yeah, it came down to Christina and Ari on the bars, didn't
that
it?
was so good. That was so tense.
The
Like it was,
concentration on their faces.
oh, it was literally like the last second they both did it. And it was like,
Mm.
oh, it was like a photo finish. It was so good.
Yeah, I've written that Christina won by a whisker.
She did. Um, so oh yeah, Christina was doing a dance in the diary room, which is really fucking annoying.
You like that?
That's put me right off her. Um, I've turned. Say
Danny
she,
said top six. Sorry, go
yeah,
on.
go on.
Danny said top six. You can't complain.
Mm.
Top five has a better sound to it
Yeah.
though.
Who said this? I'm in debt to all of them, and I've written debt. PT.
Christina said that.
I don't know why she said it like that.
Because you can't be in debt to six people. Well, my dad had a observation on that, and obviously Christina's parents are Russian, right?
Mm,
So he said like you can see this quite often when you grow up with people who are living with a second language.
mm.
Like perhaps that's how they pronounce debt because that's how it's spelt.
Yeah,
So the tendency is to pronounce all the letters, even though a native speaker wouldn't. So perhaps she's picked that up from her parents who are not
yeah, I
native
see what you
speakers.
mean. Yeah. And it's rich of me to comment because how many languages can I speak?
How many can you speak? Just the one? No,
Yeah.
you must have a little bit of something else, no? Bit of French or
Well, I've
something.
got to be in my French GCSEs, but
Oh, that's
can't really
quite
speak
not
it now.
bad.
Can't speak
No,
it
he's
now.
a little rusty by now, I'm sure.
Yeah, je m'appelle Lindsay. Um,
Oh, actually, speaking of which, I was
mm,
down your neck of the woods the other day, and I was last weekend when I was in the gym,
mm.
and I came out and I found a little Thai restaurant on the
Oh,
corner, and it was doing like Thai desserts, which you wouldn't normally usually find stuff like that.
mm,
So I went and asked them what they had, and I had a conversation in Thai for the first time in a long time,
mm.
and oh my god, it was embarrassing. The things I'd forgotten, I was just like, oh, it's like why did I start this? Like,
Oh, you trying to show off?
no, I just wanted to genuinely know what the desserts were, and then obviously a conversation evolves out of nowhere
Mm,
because you're speaking a different language with someone.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, it was initially she was like trying to tell me about a dessert, but I'd never heard of that dessert, so I didn't exactly
yeah.
know what it was. And because I didn't know, she like was wanting to tell me in English, and I was like, oh no, let's speak Thai because I don't usually speak Thai for a long time. I haven't spoken Thai for a long time, and yeah, I just thought, God, my teacher would be embarrassed.
That's the thing. You use it or you lose it, don't you?
Definitely, it's definitely like that, and I'm starting to lose it.
So Christina doesn't want to put Marley up because of their shared love of their parents. Um, and she decided to put up Ari, Danny, and Sid because SJ went up yesterday and girl power.
Yeah, I've written Girl Power Day.
Mm.
But she promised Ari she would protect him.
Oh, that
So
was
it
the
was really
thing.
weird. What happened here?
That was when they were on the bar thing. She swore that she'd protect him.
Ah, she did.
Mm.
Yeah.
No, I think she said it was the heat of the moment that she said she'd protect him.
Oh, well, fine. But
Mm.
like they said, like he reciprocated and said, "I've got you too."
Yeah.
So it's kind of bad to go back on that, especially when they're supposed to be mates anyway.
Those two always going back and forth on each other.
Yeah. Christina going, it was going for it was the only fair thing to do line because the
Uh,
girls had to fight it out yesterday. But Ari looked pissed off.
Iris said she would have gone home last night if it wasn't for me. Um, Danny was worrying because saying Sid is a good all rounder for the next comp. And then Danny was in the
Hang on,
garden
Danny.
and
Who did
got
Danny say this to?
I don't
Ari
know.
told Ari told Danny that they will be okay if one of them wins today. Oh, yeah, Danny goes, "Aren't you supposed to be good at this shit?"
Yeah.
to Ari, I aligned myself with you, and you're a fucking shit fight.
And then he said, even the birds are laughing at us. And there was a
Oh, yeah,
bird.
that kookaburra.
God,
Yeah.
that did sound like it was laughing. Glad I haven't got those birds in my garden. Sound annoying as hell.
I was gonna attempt to try and do kookaburra, but I don't think I can
I
pull it
didn't know that
off.
was a kookaburra. All right,
Did you
Mitch.
not?
Step
Oh
down.
yeah, you gotta know the old kookaburras.
Ah, the old kookaburra. So then what?
Danny
Sydney.
basically tells Christina that it was the right move,
Hmm.
and that she didn't put up SJ, and that she can align closer with Marley.
Hmm.
That's a smart move, he said.
Sid took off Christina and was annoyed with her into the garden. And he said, "Why did you put me up? And you've betrayed me." I thought Sid was being such a prick here. He was being so over the top. It's just like, it's a game. Calm down.
Hmm.
Did you not
I
remember
don't.
that?
I've not written. No, I don't. I've got not written that down. Oh
That
no,
was
I
what.
did actually. Sorry, I did. I've written that Sid feels burnt after the. Oh, they had a chat where they were like, "Oh, we need the money." That's it. Christina said that, so she did make it out like she was kind of on Ari's side too.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
wasn't that with Sid
Sid's
and
side to.
Marley? She had that conversation, I think.
Um, maybe it was a pair of them, but she definitely
Yeah,
made
I
it out
think.
like we're podium worthy because we need the money.
Yeah,
Sort of thing. I put Sid to go outside for a tell off.
yeah, he did. In fact, that's exactly what I wrote. Took Christina for a tell-off.
She says that Ari can't even look at her. To Danny, this was
Mm,
Christina said that Danny told her to tell Ari that she's playing with her heart.
mm.
I remember Danny saying that one time to someone.
Oh,
I think
recycling the same
listen to
line.
your heart.
Mhm. I
Danny
thought.
thinks that Sid needs to man up and accept that he's been nominated. I
Mm.
think I agree.
He said, "Hold on. If I took Sid out and then I got evicted, oh yeah, this was Danny in the diary room, I think. If I took Sid out and then got evicted, I can go with my head held high. They can all get fucked if they're going to evict me. Sid should be happy he has a chance to save himself." Was that Danny who said that? Must have been.
Probably.
I don't know if he did actually say get fucked, but
I'm not sure because it's a family show. Bleeps it. You put that in yourself. You've reimposed the swear word.
I assume that's what he said. Oh, he said he fired a nuclear missile at me and Tilly and missed the target. And I thought, hold on, if it was a nuclear missile, you didn't have to fire it that far to get the target and all the surrounding area.
No, good point. There'll be no house left.
Yeah, and all your teeth would be on the floor, Danny. And you'd have an extra eye.
I've written here that I just want Sid to go home. He isn't finalist material.
No, he don't deserve to be on that podium. So I was happy
Right, the
that
safe.
at least Danny outlasted Sid, but only just.
Well, according to what you've just said, that was what Danny was
Mm,
happy with as well.
mm.
It was the showdown in the yard next. I've
This was
got
where
safety
Danny.
challenge.
This is where Danny just fucking performed a miracle. It was where they had to hang on to that. They were on that wire thing, and then they had to move up the wire, like,
Oh
and
yeah,
they were
those little bungee
balancing.
cords.
And Sid just looked so solid, and who was the other person? Ari looked so solid, and every time Danny
Yeah,
moved, it looked like he was just gonna like completely fall off, and he was just like,
yeah, he
uh,
was
uh,
wobbling all over like Bambi on ice at the
yeah.
start, wasn't he?
And then somehow he fucking won it. It's like, what the fuck?
How
That was so
how did he
good.
win that? Was that just a case of like
I think
a
Sid,
wrong foot in, like on that, like on the frame thing where they got distracted? Like,
yeah, maybe being small was actually an advantage for Danny on that one. And the taller you are, the more
yeah, could have
room
been.
you've got to fall.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, Danny said it's like I'm fishing and I've got one on the line. And he was also trying to psych Sid out, and Sid was just like ignoring him. And I thought, be careful, Danny, because I've seen him do that before and let go.
Fuck up. Yeah.
Yeah. Um.
Do you think when you're watching these,
Mm,
who the hell come devises this? And
yeah.
like, you have to obviously think of it, create it, and then test it
Mm,
because certain lengths of rope won't work. There won't
mm,
be enough slack in it,
mm,
so you will fall regardless.
yeah.
Um, it must be a really interesting process, and I wonder how long it takes them to like perfect a
Mm,
task because there's a lot of engineering that goes into these things, especially when they're like calibrating girders to 40% of someone's body weight. Like,
mm.
really, it's quite impressive technically that they are making this shit from scratch.
Yeah, it's a bit more to it, isn't there, than I suppose the Big Brother US and Canada ones, because that could just be, a ramp and some nice scenery, whereas this one has to be,
Yeah,
yeah, targeted to certain requirements. You need to go
yeah.
behind the
And
scenes
often,
to find out what's going on.
I
Hmm.
often think when I'm watching this one about you saying, "Oh, Big Brother's my sports," because
Hmm.
this is more like sports than any Big Brother that I've ever seen. And I think,
Yeah.
oh, everyone's watching these like traditional boring sports, but these sports are much more fun. I
Mhm.
really like watching these competitions. Like it's so tense for
That
me.
was
Obviously,
that one was so fucking tense. I was just like, I just almost couldn't watch. I was just like, oh my god, oh my god. And then when Danny actually won it, we were just like, yeah, it's so
yes,
fucking
yeah.
good. It's so good. Oh,
These are the
yeah,
moments where I get the most out of it if I put my phone down and stop making notes from it and just
yeah,
watch the competition.
yeah, you're right. Um, so yeah, Danny was crying. Even Ari was crying, which you very rarely see. Um,
Yeah, apparently Ari has since said that all of his tears in the house are fake.
that one wasn't.
I don't think so either.
No, that one wasn't. I don't know why Ari's saying that now. If he could still be in with a chance of winning it, that makes me think he isn't. Because why would you say that? Do you know
Good
what I
point.
mean? You're
Yeah,
gonna play up the fact that you
might be
got
onto something there.
it. Yeah. See, this is why I don't like that. Spoilers.
So sorry, I'm yawning my head off.
Oh, that's right. I'm tired as well. Um.
Danny said he'd like to see Sid go home. He took out Tilly, who I'm very fond of.
Yeah. Yeah. We know. Christina was trying
There
to
are 3 votes.
Christina was trying to
Sorry, he goes.
control the votes, but it's like, Christina, you're head of household. You don't have a vote, so let people vote the way they want.
Danny already worked out. He goes, there are 3 votes. I'll vote for Sid. Marley will
Mm.
vote for Ari. SJ is the deciding vote. And actually, that is the way it was, no? Was it?
Yeah, I think so. Oh yeah, and that was it. Christina was trying to control the vote, and SJ goes, "I really have to listen to this girl now." To Dan, and Danny was like, "Oh, oh yeah," and that was when Sid was like trying to listen in. They're in the cave, and Sid was like trying to listen in, and Danny was like, "Go away to him." Do you remember, like, shooed him away?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah. He tried to like get a little discussion in, and they were just like, Danny said, yeah, Danny was just like, we're talking or whatever. And Danny's going, like, you might not get another shot at Sid. They were literally, at that moment, Danny was really trying to convince
Yeah,
um, SJ and Christina that it was Sid that had to go.
yeah.
He goes, I think you're nuts to not to exit Sid from the game. I
Yeah,
put in Marley forgetting that Sid literally planned to vote him out.
yeah. Like, I do wonder if that is at the back of Marley's head or not. I
But
don't
yeah,
know.
Sid goes, "Do you want to have a chat with me though?" And then Danny goes, "No."
Mm. He said we don't want people listening in. And then so where Sid come out complaining about, going, oh, they've accused me of spying on them and sneaking up on them. But that's not actually what Danny said, but still, same
Hmm.
thing, I suppose. So then Ari was campaigning to SJ. Oh yeah, and Ari
He
said
was
to
sitting on the floor, like waiting for her to come out
oh
was it out the
yeah.
cave or out the diary room or something?
And he said to SJ, you're my closest friend in the house. Since when?
Apparently, SJ and Ari have got some sort of close friendship that we don't know about.
Really?
Apparently,
Okay. And he said he's been trying to play a loyal game. I was like, okay. Oh yeah, this was where, like, So Ari came in and campaigned to SJ, and then SJ was like, "Okay, okay, I'm gonna save Ari." And then Sid came in and did his campaign, and SJ was like, "Oh, what am I gonna do?" So
Yeah.
What did Sid come in and say?
Hang on, I've got what SJ
Oh,
said to
sorry. Go on,
Ari here.
go
She goes, I've heard all sorts of shit about what you've done, which I think hearing SJ say that sounds weird.
on.
As long as she goes, I think it's hilarious. As long as you're not doing it to, as long as you're doing it to them and not to me, I don't care. Okay.
Fair enough. Mhm.
So yeah, she said she'd got Ari's back, and then I put Sid putting SJ aside. He's here to be seen. He's here to represent immigrant Australia. I've written, hang on a minute, SJ is also an immigrant to Australia here.
That's true. Mhm.
But specifically, he was talking about Indian immigrants to Australia, wasn't he?
What do you think about
Which
that?
was,
Bit of a
I
Kiefer
thought it
moment.
was, I thought it was a very sticky position to put SJ in, actually, because it's like a noble cause and something that I think most people can agree they can get behind. But
Yeah,
it's also terrible to be seen to like put that aside and
yeah,
remove someone from the game, given the context. So
yeah.
I
It was
thought
good.
like
It's a good game move then.
it was a good strategy, and I think it
Yeah.
was true. It was Sid
Mm,
being true to himself. But I just
mm,
thought that was a horrible position to put SJ into.
yeah.
And I've
But
heard that Sid has unsurprisingly got a lot of slack for playing a particular card that people are accusing him of playing
uh,
the race card.
anyone who says playing the race card, just switch this off now. Go to the nearest sea and just jump in. Just fuck off. Just fuck off. Just there is no race card. Get in the sea.
I've written here that I feel for SJ because that's quite difficult to deny.
Mm. It just that race card thing pisses me off so much.
Oh
There,
yeah, there's so
there would be
there's you
no
can
race.
only
There'd be no race card to play if people weren't racist as fuck. So fuck off.
yeah, no, I agree with that.
Just annoying. I knew people were going to be saying
Will say that are people who are in the only people that will say that are the ones who are intrinsically racist.
yeah, exactly. Because no other person would ever use that terminology.
No, although I did think this is tough. This is almost the sort of undeniable what do they call it when you make a plea to stay? What's that called? A pitch. This is a pitch that
Yeah,
you really can't
yeah,
deny.
yeah. No,
Although it turns out you can deny it,
yeah,
and SJ did.
yeah. No, I definitely thought, oh, Sid's being a bit tricksy here. Like that's a bit, playing on emotions and
Mm,
a bigger picture that's wider than all of this and all that. And
yeah,
yeah, I totally agree with that. But uh, yeah, that's what it was. It was a good game move.
mm.
Um,
Big colonizer energy from SJ though. She was
but
like, "Nah, never mind your representation. It's
yeah,
not good for my game."
yeah. What about the old people? We're representing the old people here, Sid. Think of that. Um, I've put masterful, great gameplay. I've put this is good flim flam. What way will it go? Because I wasn't sure at that point who SJ would vote for. Were you?
No, not at all. I think this really did throw a moral dilemma in for SJ, but I think that SJ is at this point of the game close enough to Danny to sort of
Yeah,
be influenced by the Danny Hayes school of Big Brother, which is at this point you've got to be strategic.
yeah. And also Danny would want Sid out, and
Yeah.
SJ is working very closely with Danny. So for the eviction, we on the eviction now?
Mm.
Have you got
Yeah,
Sonia's
we are.
outfit?
Yeah. I've written that Sonia was in a red, I don't know, a red dress, maybe? She was in red
Hmm.
and she had an asymmetrical
Oh,
earring on.
she's got asymmetrical something, that woman.
She had the one earring,
Oh,
or the
maybe she lost one.
one bigger than the other. Perhaps it's down the back of that sofa.
Mhm. Spotted a look that I enjoyed.
Mm.
It was SJ's high ponytail and
Oh,
pink
yeah.
lipstick. I thought she looked good with her hair all straight back in a ponytail.
She did. She also had it to one side. This is in this episode,
I'm not sure.
before the eviction, I think.
Oh yeah, the side one not so much, but she really suits her high ponytail. Made her look a lot younger. Good. Um, And yeah, I do like SJ's lipstick. She's got some good lipstick going on. And
Was that a Croydon facelift she
yeah,
had?
yeah, Croydon facelift. What did you say?
Yeah, was it a Croydon facelift that
Yeah,
SJ had
Croydon
from the
face.
ponytail?
Yeah, that's right. Palsy. Fringe works just as well. Um, so oh god, this was a very emotional eviction, wasn't it? Bloody hell.
Did everyone end up crying? I mean, Christina was crying from the off I've written.
Yes, Sonia wasn't crying, I don't think.
I think I did spot Sonia having a bit of a
Oh
tear at
my
one point.
god, that's unprofessional.
I put
Honey,
Christina's balling already, and she feels bad for putting up Sid and Ari.
mm,
And Sonia asked what she based the noms on, and she put all girl. It was an all girls match versus an all boys match, basically.
mm,
She said, "Did you nominate Daniel as a little bit of payback?" To which Christina said, "Damn right."
mm.
Even Sonia said that she doesn't know how Danny won that challenge. Shade.
Me either.
Sid, one micro adjustment, and I lost it in a split second.
Micro just makes a change from
Ari says,
microaggressions.
it does, doesn't it? Ari says he knows his life is in the hands of SJ and Danny. Who's
Mm.
on the block at the moment? I've forgotten.
It's Ari
Ari
and,
and
and Sid.
Sid.
Mm.
But
Said,
oh, Sid is talking about representing Ari is fucked.
Sid said, Indian people aren't just one dimensional. We're not just delivery drivers. What else? I can't remember what other examples he used there. We can
Yeah.
also be Big Brother podium winners. Getting on the podium is like winning. No, you can't. You can't do that. Actually, Sid. Sorry.
Stay in your lane. That's actually something. So I've listened to Sid's conversation with Tully, and
Go
he
on.
was saying like, oh, when I first emigrated to Australia,
Mm,
like Big Brother was massive, and I was watching the show back then, and like people I saw on the show represented to me what I thought an Australian is supposed to be like, and they were for the
right.
most part blonde hair, blue eyes.
Yeah.
And he said that he used to like lighten his hair, wear blue contacts, and
Oh
try and stay out of the sun,
no.
so that he looked like the ideal Australian. And
Oh,
then
that's
he started to
awful.
obviously, as he got a bit older, realize like, well, why don't isn't there anyone that looks like me on
Yeah.
these shows? And then
Mm,
when when it came back in this format, he thought that perhaps it was his time to sort of show a different side to Australia,
hmm
which is good and noble. But at the same time, I was just like, I understand this and I am behind this, but I'm not behind you being on in the final because you just haven't brought it for me in terms
mm.
of your gameplay or the entertainment.
He did up his gameplay in the last couple of weeks. He did.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
did.
he wasn't the most like popping character, that's for sure. Um, but yeah, it definitely the representation on Big Brother Australia has been pretty diabolical. Um, and to think of him being young and wearing blue contacts and stuff like that, it's just so sad and just so awful
Yeah.
to think of that. So yeah, maybe Sid will inspire the next someone on the next cast who's more interesting from that background to be on, and maybe
Hope-
Sid can be a trailblazer for some good TV in the future.
Hopefully. I've written here that Ari maybe needs to start talking about repping LGBTQ plus as a kind of counter argument, but
Yeah,
he's never
Ari does,
spoken about
he
that.
doesn't talk about his sexuality at all, does he?
Not
Is
that we've
he?
seen.
He is gay though, isn't he?
Well, I would expect so,
Is he in
but
the? Is he not in the closet? Is he?
who knows?
Hmm.
It's
That is
hard to tell when there's so little about people's personal lives in the show.
maybe he's saving it for the finale. Let the hair down.
Maybe.
Get the rainbow flag
Well,
out.
Ari's like pitch was basically, "Oh, I've struggled with not being very well liked." That was kind of how he counteracted this.
Oh
He
yeah,
sort of tried.
he said Sid's a nice guy and I'm not that nice, and they were like, "Oh, you are nice, sorry."
Oh yeah, he got started to cry, didn't he?
Yeah, he said I've
Sonia,
struggled.
Sonia's.
Go
Oh,
on.
that's okay. Go on.
He said I've struggled with not being well liked, and didn't he say he wasn't well liked at school or something?
Maybe.
And then
This is when
Sonia,
Sonia said, having watched you through this process, I've seen you change.
I agree. I think he has changed in the house. I think he's grown.
Yeah. I think I think what it is that he went in with a character he wanted to play, and
Mm.
it's hard to maintain the character for so
Yeah,
long, I think.
yeah, yeah. You're right. And he'll still be his sort of bitchy persona in the diary room. But
Mm,
then you do see another side to him, like when he was with Tilly or whatever.
yeah. Yeah, he goes Australia. He goes, I think Australia will hate me, and people throw eggs at my house.
Don't know about that. Don't give people ideas. SJ said, I love them as my own, but it will be a strategic decision, and I'm brokenhearted.
mm. Oh yeah, this is where and Sonia looks like she's crying.
Oh, maybe she was. And then,
Danny goes, it's just a game, SJ. You'll feel better soon.
uh, and then SJ said, I wouldn't like to evict anybody, but I've got to.
Yeah. I've written here, Danny. I like seeing him avenge Tilly.
Mm,
He seems hell bent on avenging Tilly at the moment.
because of Sid and then the nuclear missile.
Yeah, that's why he wanted to get Sid out. Uh, Marley, one sentence. Yeah, he had a very short diary entry where he voted out Ari.
Mm.
Who did SJ vote for?
She voted
She
out
kept
Sid.
Ari and voted out
Yeah.
Sid. Yeah.
Hmm.
Did you expect this? See, I didn't. I was like, I didn't expect that from SJ. I thought she was not going to be able to, given that she's actually close with Sid on a personal level. From you've seen them having tea outside in the
Mm.
rain and going to the attic together.
Mm.
I didn't expect her to be able to vote Sid out, especially given his rationale for staying. So
I
yeah, I was
thought,
surprised with this one.
no, I thought she'd vote with Danny. In fact, I wrote before it was announced. I feel SJ will vote with Danny. So looks like I'm
Mm,
paying closer
good
attention.
read on the game.
I thought Sid went out in a very gracious manner. He went out classy. He's
He
very
did. He
polite.
said, "See you, legends."
Hmm. He's very polite. But I didn't write anything that he wrote that he said in the taxi.
Me neither. Nothing of
Obviously,
note.
not that interesting. I think he said he wanted to see Danny out next.
Oh yeah, without doubt, he would have said that.
Hmm. Got what he wanted.
Right, that's the end of another episode. Do you want to
Woo!
continue
You
or
want to
break?
continue or have a break?
I can do either. I don't
I
mind.
I can continue.
All right, let's continue.
Ooh. The
It was
first
day
thing
62.
the first thing I've got is Danny said, "Load that gun and put two more bullets in it to Marley."
I know. This was in the morning, just when they'd woken up, and he goes, only two more, two," and did like the aiming thing.
Pow pow pow.
Danny was being emotional about being in the final five. He
Mm,
said he was proud of himself and amazed at the friends he's made.
mm. Marley said he can't help but wake up with a smile on his face, just knowing
Yeah,
he's
to
still in his
SJ.
brother house. And
Danny said
Danny,
that in the diary room he couldn't stand Marley,
yeah.
but but now they're close.
What is not to stand about Marley was just that he was friends with Jess, wasn't
I think so. Yeah.
it? um. So they SJ, Marley, and Danny want Christina and Ari out, and SJ was saying Ari promised to put Christina up. When was that? Come on, help me out.
SJ said Ari promised to put Christina up.
Hmm. Oh, like
No, but
if he won today, kind of thing, he'd put Christina up. Yeah, bullet.
probably yeah, because isn't
Yeah,
this when Christina and Ari were acting pissed off at each other?
yeah.
SJ said we're all aiming for the same target now, which is Christina.
Mm,
Danny was worried that, oh yeah, here you go. Danny's worried that he may backflip now. This is Ari.
mm,
And SJ was adamant that he's not going to do that.
oh dear.
Ari, the changed man, he doesn't cry.
Mm.
Ari said he's turned over a new life, and, and he doesn't hold a grudge against Christina.
He's changed in the way he wants to approach life and speak to people outside of the game. Can't work out if this is true or not.
Yeah, perhaps he just. I think that he's being aware. I think he's aware of the fact that now this pointy end, you have to start to
Mm.
appeal to the public. I do think that.
Yeah, I think he's trying to, yeah, win us over.
Mm.
One way to do
Ari's
that would
turning.
not be to get Danny out, by the way.
Yeah, but here Ari's turning against Danny and Marley and his
Mm,
commitment to Tilly, as
mm,
Marley, Danny, and SJ are so close, and that this is the problem. It's so evident the way those three go about the house
yeah,
that if you're not one of them, you're in the bottom, and you're gonna
exactly.
definitely be what's it disposable asset to them.
Yeah, and Ari even said, if I help them get rid of Christina, then next they'll get rid of me. And I mean,
Yeah.
what Ari did this episode was completely right. What he should have done.
Mm.
It just hurt. Broken-hearted big brother.
Yeah, he said they think Ari and Christina are
Oh
angry at
dear.
each other and
Mm,
that they should keep it that way.
mm,
Christina in the diary room goes, Ari and I made up in the bathroom because we realized, shit, we haven't got anyone else.
yeah. So for the challenge, the winner of round one will not. Oh, I got confused with this.
Yeah, Big Brother was talking about two epic nominations challenges. So they
Mm,
had, you're right, the winner of round one nominates one housemate,
that was it.
and then the rest of them, the other four, go head to head
Yeah.
to win round two, which is including the person who won the previous round can play to
Mm,
nominate the other housemate. So it's come down now to 50-50 evictions, which is more
mm,
fun in a way. I quite like
mm,
it. Yeah, Ari said he hopes he can win one challenge and hopefully has a friend to win the other.
mm. Oh, this must be
Soon, I
what
suppose.
he's saying to Big Brother when he at the start of the composite.
Um,
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
Christina and Ari. Actually, maybe it's not. I think this is before the
Oh.
comp. Christina and Ari agreed to target Danny and SJ, and Marley said he didn't want to take out Christina.
Mm. Yeah. Christine and Marley sort of got an unspoken sort of side alliance, haven't they?
They have now, after being at
Yeah.
war the whole series.
Yeah.
Danny thinks that Marley is going to win the challenge. His anxiety is 9 out of 10. He said this is Danny's
Mm.
anxiety, but his ferocity is going to go up to 100.
Yeah, Marley really dropped the ball today, I must say, and ruined the end of the season. Thanks, Marley. Don't know why it's all on Marley, but it kind of was.
I can't remember why it's on Marley, but
Because he was on that spit roast.
oh, that thing.
Mm.
Danny said he's going to go down fighting in the chair. He tells SJ this that upper end, that old classic, stick to the plan.
Mm. No, he said, I'm going to go down fighting in the challenge, and if that doesn't work, I'm going to go down fighting in the chair.
Ah.
So Danny said to end up on the podium would be the perfect Big Brother experience. Oh. I thought
Better luck next time.
Danny was getting a lot of airtime this episode, and I was nervous, weren't you?
This episode, this season.
Oh, oh, my legs.
Yeah, I'm starting to get
Oh,
pain in the legs. God, getting old. Getting old
oh,
for this game. Did you notice SJ's earrings during the nominations challenge? Just muted yourself.
I know I did it deliberately. Um, no, I don't know. Tell me, and I shall tell you.
She has got paperclip earrings.
I did notice those actually.
Are they actually just paper clips or are
Probably.
they probably
No,
no
they're
SJ?
haute couture.
So yeah, in this one you have to hold on to that pipe that rotates and moves up and down.
Hmm.
I've written SJ should be good at this. I guess I'm thinking with the yoga side of things, she should be
That's
good at it.
yeah. I was thinking that too.
And it started to rain. I haven't really written that much for this one. This
God,
was
this comp looks so hard, don't you think?
yeah, it did actually. I also noticed that Big Brother had like attached a GoPro to those
Oh,
column
that was
things
good. I
they
like.
were on, but then they all like shifted around, so they actually weren't in front of the camera anymore. But
I like those
they'd
cam.
put there obviously to film their face.
Yeah, I like those camera angles. They were good. Um, Someone said they look like rotisserie chickens. I think that was Big Brother. Danny was like going ooh, 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 like making some mad noises. Um,
Sounds like Danny.
and I thought they could have spun it round when Danny was struggling. Like they could have spun it round and
Yeah,
saved him for
yeah.
Big
Even
Brother.
I think that my dad and myself both were like, "Turn it around, Big
Yeah,
Brother!
turn
Like,
it
turn
now.
it."
But they
Yeah, and they
didn't.
didn't, and he fell.
Mm. Just let him plop to the ground. Um, then we had Ari drop out. Then we had SJ's pigtail cam, I've put. um, and then it was a face off, wasn't it, between Christina and Marley?
Mm.
And
Yeah, didn't Marley try and reposition his fingers or something and ended up losing
yeah,
it?
and Christina had like her legs like interlocked together, and she just looked really solid.
Yeah, I thought Marley might have an advantage with the long legs because he could latch his
Yeah,
feet together. But I noticed Christina could also do the same around
I think
the
it's
column.
about being light on ones like this.
Mm.
I think, yeah, she's probably lighter than Marley, I would imagine. Um, so that was it. Christina won, and I was like, oh shit.
Me too, because you already knew that Danny was the target for
Mm,
Ari and Christina because they'd been going around saying it to each other all day.
mm,
And Christina like bobbed into the shower to sort of
yeah,
reconvene with Ari and be like,
yeah,
"Remember, Danny's next," and he was like, "Yeah."
yeah.
So yeah,
Remember, I told.
you kind of knew where this was going already. I
Mm.
think
And Christina was dancing in the diary room again. Not good. Stop doing that.
eye
Um,
rolling.
yeah. um, she may face off against who she puts up. Oh yeah, because this just the first part, wasn't it? Oh, this was
Hmm.
just the first part, but she put up SJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she didn't put up Danny, she put up SJ. And I was like, oh, well, that's something.
Oh, okay, that bit hasn't.
Yeah.
Yes, actually, you're right.
It's confusing because they've sort of changed the format again. So forgive us.
Good though because it is fun.
It's
Um,
good, yeah, but it's not good for us remembering what happened.
I'm just remembering it in the wrong order, basically.
Mm.
But yeah, I was actually really surprised that Christina did not target Danny immediately because there was a chance that Danny could have won the next part or Marley could have won the next part and wouldn't put Danny up. So I
Yeah,
really thought that the one she would have wanted guaranteed on the block would have been Danny. So it was a bit odd that she went for SJ to me.
that's a very good point. Shit, Danny could. Oh, it was so unlucky that was it Ari won the next one that those two fucking won both because
Yeah,
it was
yeah, it was.
giving both alliances quite a good chance, wasn't it? And to be fair,
Yeah,
Danny's alliance had three people in it, and Ari and Christina only had two, so they had every chance to win.
I know, it's so sad.
Oh
Could have
no,
been different.
oh no.
Danny said to SJ, "You'll want Marley to win the next one,
Yeah,
not himself."
no.
Christina,
Mhm.
yeah, Christina goes to tell Ari the plan to stick with the plan. Danny
Yeah, Danny
next.
next. I was like,
Um,
no. And then
big. I've got
Ari
Big Brother
said,
reminding Danny that he dropped first in the competition, and then
mm.
Danny goes, "Are you questioning my level of fight?" to Big Brother.
um, Ari told Christine, told Marley he would put Christina up. So Ari lied outright to Marley.
Ari told Marley, yes, he did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he put Christina up. Did they shake on? Did Danny shake on it with Ari,
Oops.
or was it?
Um, I haven't got any handshakes here,
I
but
feel
I've
like
got
that
here
might have
that
happened later. Um,
Ari was playing Danny and Marley,
I
and
think that.
Ari referenced even his promise to Tilly,
Mm,
and I was like, yeah, even Ari said in the diary, "The rat is back in action," and I was
mm.
like, oh, this is like it's so sneaky, but it's like good strategy, so I've got to like respect it. But
Yeah,
it
it's
was
annoying.
painful to watch.
It's annoying though when you think Danny literally saved Ari from that eviction by hiding him down in the sofa.
Yeah,
And now look. That's Big Brother for you,
Mm.
though. So this comp was balancing cylinders on a pole. I've put. What the fuck is this? Oh, was
Oh
it the
God.
obstacle? Was it the obstacle course one? Where they had to
Yeah,
go
it
through the
was.
obstacle course holding that thing? God, that looked so fucking hard. Don't you think?
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to catch up with you. I've just got here. If Marley wins, he's going to put up Ari. SJ said that Christina is very deserving.
Yeah, I had that.
I've written, why is SJ in her eviction outfit already? But her hair does look good. This is where it's to the side
Hmm. Because
because she couldn't play in it, so she was like ready
yeah,
already.
yeah, she
But
was ready to go.
yeah, this one is where they had to balance the cylinders on that long pole and then go over the obstacle course and put it on that like hanging shelf.
That looked so hard. It was so
Hmm.
tense as well. Danny was fucking hopeless at it.
At the start of it, Big Brother said to SJ, "Does she have a preference of winner?" To
Hmm.
which she answered Danny and Marley, and I was like, SJ is always ready to expose her
Yeah.
allegiance and alliance when Big Brother asks a question. It's like,
Yeah,
wise up to this. Like, I know it's probably obvious at this stage of the game, but you
I
could at least
know.
not be quite so blatant
Yeah.
with it.
No, I agree.
Yeah, there was the seesaw and the hurdles. I've written that SJ was helping my. Oh yeah, so they got onto that platform and it was like it was like tilted, and it as
Yeah.
you walked over it, it flipped down.
Yeah.
And then SJ was trying to like instruct Marley from the sidelines, but I felt like
Yeah.
she was actually going to put Marley off, didn't you?
Yeah.
Like, SJ, shut up.
There's a fine line, isn't there? Um,
Here, I've written that I need to give Marley some props for his comp performance because Marley took a long time to start to get anywhere in the comps. And I remember us watching it and going like, is Marley throwing these comps? Is he just rubbish at them? Like, where's his game? Like, why is he not bringing it?
mm,
And then I was like, I need to now throw to the fact that Marley's actually won a few things and he
mm,
can master these challenges once he gets the hang of it.
yeah.
Only to cut to him wiping out his entire stack when he was on 6 cylinders already. And I was like, oh
That's what
shit.
that reminds me of on Big Brother US when they go, "I'm doing so brilliant at this competition," blah blah blah, and then it cuts back and it's like, wah, wah. uh, yeah, I wish Marley had won this one. We'd have a more interesting podium.
The thing is, it also didn't quite work out for Ari. He wiped his stack out when it was 7 as
Hmm,
well. The 8 was the last one, I think.
that was so
Um,
frustrating. Oh,
and I was just like,
think how this
I
could have
could
been
see
different.
Marley repeatedly getting it wrong
Yeah.
and not really changing how he was doing it. So I knew it was going to continue to be wrong.
Oh no.
So
Oh
like,
dear.
Ari's kind of, I already knew Ari was going to take this one
Hmm.
because he just seemed to have a better technique.
Ari has the athleticism and the brains, whereas Marley kind of just has the brains.
It's
No,
weird because Ari's
Marley has
not
the
really
brains.
athletic, but
Yeah,
he's able to do some of these comps.
yeah, but Marley's not the sharpest tool in the box. God love him.
No.
Uh, he's not. Um. Yeah. So Danny was actually in the lead for one moment after Ari's went off and Marley's went off, and I was like, "Oh shit!" But nothing to worry about.
No.
um. So Ari won. What about his promise to Tilly? Well, who gives a shit at this point, I think. It's his game. Um, I thought, why doesn't he nominate Marley as the biggest comp threat? Why was Marley just off the table for everyone?
Good point,
Hmm,
actually.
doesn't make
In
sense.
the diary room, Ari was like, "Oh, I don't know what to do. The public is going to be very critical of this decision." It's like, well, you
Hmm,
do know what you're going to do. You just think it might be a bad idea for the
hmm,
public.
hmm,
Um, he goes, "Christina's nominated me twice, and Danny's evicted me."
hmm.
And then he said, "Should I tell Danny that he's safe and then blindside him? Yeah, revenge is sweet." Did he actually do that in the end? Did he tell him he was
Sort of,
safe?
because he said he
He
was going to
did.
vote for him. That was when he did the handshake, I think. But
Yes.
I don't think Danny did say he was blindsided, but I think Danny kind of knew in his heart of hearts, to be honest.
Mm-mm. Danny believes in the handshake.
I was so pissed off with
Unwritten contract.
I was so pissed off with Ari for this. There's just no need to be vindictive like this, especially this close to the end, and especially to someone like Danny. I just thought, no, you're overplaying the part here. Stop.
Because it's Danny that you feel that way.
Yeah, I know.
If it was Sid, you'd have been rubbing your hands together.
Yeah. So Ari went up to Danny and went, "Sorry, buddy." And Danny went, "You're just a liar.
Nah, you just a lie. Yeah.
You're just a liar." And Danny
Hang on,
said,
I've written
"Oh,
before. Marley in the subtitles said, "Love yous all regardless." Shout
oh,
out Rylan.
yeah."
Love yous.
Jack says that too.
Yeah. Shout out Essex.
Essex. Um, then Danny goes, "Do you want to come outside? I.e., see me in my office." I'm
Mm.
surprised he didn't do it in the cave actually. Um, and then Danny goes, "So am I going home?" And Ari goes, "No." And Danny's like, "Oh, shake on it then." And then Ari shook his hand. Oh, he's contaminated that handshake. How dare you?
In the
And
diary room, he goes, "A handshake means nothing. Men's honor or whatever. Men's honor." It
that
is a bit
is,
like, oh, masculinity. I'll play your fragile masculinity for you.
yeah. That was quite good when he said that. Handshake means nothing to me. um, but Christina thinks Danny deserves to be there at the end, she said.
Oh, I've got Marley will vote out SJ. I don't know who's necessarily saying this. Ari will vote Danny.
Mm,
Christina is the decider. She wants SJ gone.
mm,
Yeah, and thinks Danny is more deserving. This must
yeah.
be her in the diary room, is it?
Yeah, but I think
She
after that, Ari started.
SJ. She wants
Sorry.
SJ. That's okay. She said she thinks Danny is more earnest than SJ. I don't really know what earnest means.
Ernest means like, super keen to win.
Oh,
Like, you're
but that's
earnest.
not going to happen on my watch.
Mm. Um, yeah, I think Christina was leaning towards getting rid of SJ, wasn't she? And then they kind of twisted her arm about getting Danny out. Oh yeah,
Yeah, it seems like it.
and then SJ was kind of giving up in the diary room. Big Brother said to her, "Go out and fight." And then
Like it when Big Brother gives a little
yeah, a
kind
little
of
pep talk.
slap on the, not on the slap on the butt. I was going to
Oh
say,
my
like, get out
god,
there.
that's inappropriate. Me too. Um, and then Danny saw not SJ. Danny saw Christina and Ari talking in the cave, and you saw him like stop and almost like go back, and then he just decided against it and walked off. And I was just like,
Yeah.
oh, this is so
It's like, oh
sad.
no, Danny's like rolling over.
Yeah, and it's in it on his own turf in his own cave. It's
Oh
not.
no.
It's not okay. Um, Ari said Danny has been 10 steps ahead of people this whole time, and people were scared to take a shot at him. I mean, true, 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 true. Go on, are you lost
Marley,
in your notes?
yeah, a little bit.
Oh.
Um, Danny was talking to Marley about Ari. He said he just doesn't do what he says he's going to do, does he?
Mm.
Marley promises Danny that he has his word not to vote him out. He's shaken his hand, and SJ knows it. Oh yeah, SJ said that.
The
She knows that Marley's committed with the handshake.
Oh, a
Yeah,
handshake means something to Marley, if not Ari.
she's she's working on Ari and Christina. This is SJ.
Mm,
Ari says putting up Danny was the best way to protect SJ.
mm,
Hmm. Christina's now leaning more towards Danny, but he's
mm,
fought a really hard battle to get this far, and it's rare for me to send someone like that home. Rare? Don't know what that
mm,
means. No, I can't be right. I must have written the wrong thing there. Hard for me to send someone like that home. Yeah.
mm.
Christina was still having this sort of like moral
Yeah,
dilemma at this point.
yeah. But the thing is, Danny had never really been loyal to Christina, so Christina could be easily persuaded to get rid of Danny, don't you think?
Yeah, I think so. Danny always kind of when it came to when it was still Katie and Jess's side versus Dan's side. Like when Marley was still the other side,
Yeah,
he was talking about sacrificing one of his
yeah,
own.
yeah,
Christina was the first one he wanted to get rid of.
yeah. It's true. So that's all I've got until
Oh, but the eviction room now. What about
yeah,
you?
yeah.
Hmm.
Danny came with tissues in his hand already. I noticed. I don't know what
Oh,
Sonia
did
was
he?
wearing.
She was wearing blue satin,
Mm.
a dress, I think. Maybe not. And Christina, I've written, seems to be in a new dress. Like, where's she got this new,
Was that
getting these new clothes from?
like a short pink kind of dress, or was that
I
maybe that
feel
was the day
like
before?
it
That might
was orange
that
or
might have been the
something.
day before. So this is where we found out SJ had been nominated 9 times, and I was thinking, oh, hopefully her lives will run out tonight. Um,
Oh, well, yeah. it was. It wasn't the way I wouldn't want either of them to go ideally, but in that situation, it had to be SJ for us if
yeah.
we were to get what we wanted.
Sonia goes to Danny. Oh well, it's not an ideal position for your final three, is it? I thought, like, fucking hell. Rub some salt in that wound, why don't you?
She is good at that though.
Hmm.
SJ said before being nominated, I was working with Danny and Marley, and today that's been blown out of the water.
Hmm.
Danny was ratting out Ari for saying he would put up Christina
Oh
and
yeah.
shook on it.
But Christina said, "Oh, I already knew that." And Christina and Ari looked at each other so fucking
Oh, is that what she's
smug.
like? Oh, she's like, oh,
Yeah,
shall we tell them? Like, oh, it's
yeah. I didn't like that at all. That actually put me off Christina and Ari. I just thought they were being so smug, and I just thought, nah.
yeah. She kind of like chuckled about it and was like, oh, we were just pretending that we were mad with each other,
Yeah,
and
I just
this is
thought,
plan all along.
look, you've won this round. Just take it and just be gentlemanly about it.
Gentlemen.
Gentlewomanly about it.
Yeah, Danny was like, oh, that's not the game that I'm playing. Danny was
Yeah,
definitely. I
yeah,
think that really revealed what was going on.
yeah,
That it was all out in the open then, and Danny sort of knew he was fucked.
yeah.
Marley thinks that his mum put SJ in that position to guide him in the game, and SJ also believes that.
Oh, that was quite sweet. Do you think?
Sweet but creepy.
Yeah, for Marley to say it, that's quite nice. For SJ to agree with it, that's a bit much. It's quite nice. Yeah, it's quite nice. Mhm.
Marley says that Danny has a great head, maybe? Really? No. Heart. Marley has a great Danny has a great heart, and that he's a great man. And Marley said that Danny has had the whole room with him and the whole room against him at certain points in the game.
Yeah, that's true. And
And
also said
he
he's one of the best game players to ever play Big Brother, which I would agree with.
we agree?
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Mm,
And then Ari said about Danny, he's very intelligent, charismatic, and he has strong relationships.
yeah. That's his big he said the biggest threat of him is his ability to form
Mm,
relationships.
mm. If you think about it, Danny is amazing at forming relationships because he literally lost his whole alliance. Then he picked up people from the newbies. Then he picked up Marley, who was his like enemy. Like that, the only person Danny never really sort of got on with was Sid that I can think of,
Yeah.
and Jess and Katie, obviously.
Yeah. But also like the way he was able to do you remember the limousine when he hosted
Yeah,
that little like party and he brought in
yeah,
all the people who were like against him and he managed to sort of
yeah.
take the target off his back from
Hmm,
his actual biggest threats in the game who
hmm.
really were coming with him before that. That was quite masterful.
Yeah, good schmoozing.
Mm.
And then what did SJ say?
She says that she would honor Christina if she was to save her. I didn't quite know what that meant. I guess it meant like if Christina doesn't vote for her now, she's got her back towards the final, I
Yeah, like
suppose.
she'll get Ari out over Christina or something.
What it meant was that if I lose Danny now, who's my alliance?
Yeah.
Christina, you're the new one.
Yeah. Uh-huh. And then Danny said, I fought to stay here and I want to show my kids that I'm a good guy.
Oh, show my kids.
Aw. And Sonia said, your children will be proud of you for the 62 days you've stayed in this house. And I thought, why is she saying that? She should say 62 days you've stayed in this house so far. As soon as she said that, I just thought, Phoebe spoiling again.
Well, it's not a spoiler because the vote actually hadn't happened yet, so she couldn't possibly know.
Yeah. But she could have said, hmm.
So yeah, Marley kept his word and
Mm,
did vote to evict SJ, which seemed to be quite upsetting for Marley to do actually.
mm,
Ari said a massive threat to my game, and I don't think they'll protect me if push comes to shove. Who's
mm.
that?
I think
Is that
that's
SJ?
true. No,
Is
about
that
Danny.
Daniel?
Yeah,
Danny? Yeah, it must be because only
yeah.
3 people voting.
Mm.
And Christina said it's time for me to make a move with my heart.
Hmm. I didn't
With
get
your
that
heart.
one
Okay,
because she wanted
me
to save
neither.
SJ, I guess.
Yeah.
Bollocks. She wanted to get Danny out.
So yeah, it was 2-1. Danny was evicted. Danny said, "Thank you, Big Brother. Thanks for your help." As he left, I
Thanks.
was like, "Oh,
Thanks for your
cheers for
help.
your help."
I was like, I think I know what you mean.
Yeah, like the phone call to Nick,
Yeah.
the key for the sofa
This
twice.
box of
Um,
sweeties.
yeah, the lollies, the survival kit. What else? The limousine. Um,
And in the cab, he said, I got outplayed by a 21-year-old and a 22-year-old, which
who
is quite.
smashed me all over the eviction room? He said, like it was Mario Tennis or something.
Did
I thought. Did you think it was funny? He left with the survival kit. Did you
he?
notice? Yeah,
How do you
under
know?
his arm.
Did
Because
he?
he had it under his arm as he left. He had the survival kit in one arm and the suitcase in the other
Didn't notice that. That's cool.
hand.
I must say, I did shed a tear when Danny went.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Wow.
Yeah, but I totally agree with you. We had a good run, a very good run with him, and we have to be grateful for what we've got.
I mean, even Tully has said herself that she thinks Danny's the most entertaining Big Brother Australia housemate since
He
Tim
is,
Dormer.
and that's just a
And
fact. There's no debate about that.
no,
That's just a fact.
like we thought Angela was great last year,
Angela was
but
brilliant.
Danny
Yeah,
Hayes has outshone Angela. I'm
yeah, he
sorry.
did. Yeah, he did. So what was Danny saying on telly?
Oh yeah, I haven't got that many notes from Danny's. I don't think. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, so Danny said that in order to prepare for Big Brother, he watched the past series, which is the series before, 4 times.
Yeah, 4 times.
4 times.
Wow.
Yeah, this was how he got into training, and then he said to Tully, "No offense, Tully, because I know you're on it, but I thought the old Big Brother was shit, so
Yeah,
he
so to
didn't
be
watch.
fair.
He didn't. Yeah, he goes. He didn't. He'd never watched the old Big Brother. He
Hmm,
thought it was absolutely shit.
that's interesting.
Yeah. Um, a funny thing, actually, I do think you should listen to um this episode because you're hungry for more Danny content.
Yeah, actually, I
He
might listen
goes,
back. I might listen back to a few of them now because there's no more spoilers really.
no, he goes, when Tilly got evicted, he wanted to cut a deal with Big Brother, so he went to Big Brother to propose that he would meet Tilly in the tunnel
Yeah.
out under the sofa with a briefcase containing 10k,
Right.
and he would give her the money,
Yeah.
and then Big Brother would let her back into the house.
Mm.
He would exit the game, and
Mm.
in the night, like basically switch Tilly and Danny. So in the morning, they'd wake up and be like, "Oh, but Tilly's back. Oh, but Danny's gone." Um,
What the
and
fuck?
then to which Big Brother told him he isn't a producer and like he doesn't like he doesn't make these decisions. So he goes, and what would be the benefit of that? And Tully was like, well, you got to save Tilly. He goes, yeah, and also I'd get to leave a hero and I'd never be evicted.
Ah, see, we were saying that he wanted to leave like that.
Yeah.
Haha.
Something that he echoed something that we believed actually. He said that he thought when there was The Walking Dead that those people who were The Walking Dead should have to dress in like zombie
Yeah.
outfits.
Agreed.
Um, he revealed that there was a female housemate who went mad at production when they fell out of a competition in the first round
Right.
and was being really abusive about Big Brother and being like, "Oh, this is all rigged and prediction the production of fixing everything."
Oh,
He goes,
really?
I told that person." He said, "I'm not going to say who it is." He goes, "I
Yeah.
told that person to shut the fuck up because the rest of us are trying to focus on the competition." He's
Yeah.
like, and they're really lucky that was edited out. Who do you
Uh,
think that was? Do you think?
Katie,
Do you think Katie? I was
who do you think?
I thought maybe Charlotte won
Could be.
because I get the feeling that we didn't see a lot of Charlotte for a reason. I think she was a bit.
Maybe.
I think she's a bit of a bitch to production, maybe.
And
Because if
Big
you
Brother
think
can
about
do that, especially with those pre-recorded shows. Just write you out the story, isn't it?
easily,
Yeah.
and especially if she's like not wanting to do any like post
Mm.
promotional work and
Oh
stuff, I feel
yeah.
like she's obviously bitter.
Did she not do any then?
Um, no, probably not.
God, she
Tully wanted to
barely
get her on the podcast.
fucking hell. The lazy cow barely did anything in the house. Then she didn't do anything outside. Jesus Christ! What a waste of space.
Why? Yeah, why go on it?
God, what is the point of you?
Danny did actually suggest that Katie got a good edit, and
Oh
if Big Brother
really?
showed more of Katie, then she would be in a worse, like viewed in a worse light.
I
But
think Nick said something similar, didn't he?
something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, about Ari getting him out,
Hmm.
he goes, "How else are you going to get someone like me out? How, how else are you going to get someone out like me at that stage of the game? You're going to have to betray me." So kudos to him. This
Hmm.
was Danny, like trying to be
Yeah.
noble about it.
Yeah.
Danny said, "Don't work." This is advice to people going on Big Brother. Don't work on how big your muscles are. Work on your social game. It's 90% social.
Hmm.
It's true. Danny didn't really get by on his wins, did
No.
he? It was all the
No.
social.
Definitely not.
Um, he said, "This is what." So you want to get Danny on the podcast? I said to you, I'll talk to you about this on the pod. I haven't made any reach out to. I've not made any sort of sent any DMs to Danny or anything. I don't even
Yeah.
know if what networks he's on.
Yeah.
He
LinkedIn
said
probably.
that you are.
LinkedIn.
Yeah. He said that Tully would be his last interview
Hmm.
and that he will now quietly slip away and will never hear from Danny again,
Fuck off. He did not say that.
pretty much.
What the
Maybe not those
fuck?
words, but he said he's just going to slip away quietly.
That's not what I want to hear. No, 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 no. Fuck off. That don't sound like Danny. That don't sound like something. I would have thought it'd be absolutely milking it.
He actually was, I would say, a little bit. He came across a little bit guarded with
I didn't.
Tully on the interview. Yeah, and I think because he's listened to her coverage, and at the start she wasn't a very big fan of his,
Hmm.
and she's definitely come around over the weeks. But he said like, "Oh, you said I was trying to run the show and this kind of thing."
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, he didn't seem to be particularly relaxed in the interview.
Well, we've been pro Danny the whole way through, and
Oh,
I don't believe
keep
he's
your
gonna.
gold.
I don't believe he's gonna slip into the fucking background. That's a load of bollocks. So let's send him a message.
So yeah, that was everything from Danny's
I
podcast.
would love
Apart
to
from
know. I would.
he now wants Marley to win.
Oh, good. I would love to know if Danny has watched BBUS because I just feel like he has. That's something I'd like to ask him. I'd like to ask him a lot of things.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I don't know. He didn't mention it. I feel like he would have spoken about it when he talked about
Hmm.
watching Australia for 4 times
Hmm.
last series. Imagine watching that whole series 4 times.
God. I'm very disappointed that he said he wants to slip into the background because I was looking forward to following him on social and stuff and seeing him like promoting himself on YouTube and crap like that.
Yeah, I just don't really know where someone like Danny goes though, because like it's
Yeah, yeah.
Tilly obviously belongs on TikTok or whatever, but I don't know where Danny puts himself.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And I do get the impression listening to him that he doesn't probably have many friends. He has his work life and he has his colleagues, and there's
Yeah.
is not Danny is not used to being particularly liked. I don't think,
Yeah.
but there are fans out there, and we
I'm
are
I'm
at the
a bit
forefront.
I'm a bit pissed off if people are slagging him off on Twitter and stuff and he's maybe read that and has got jaded about it, you know. Fuck those
Mm.
people. Rowan has tweeted us. Danny is an all-time favorite for me. I would 100% put him in my dream international all-stars cast. Who would you put on yours? Oh, Rowan, we need time to think about questions like that.
I think we've got another response, haven't we?
I have it.
Richard Watkins also responded. You must have asked for like who people want to win and stuff.
Mm,
Richard said hoping Daniel and Tilly for BBVIP later in the year.
Oh, yes.
Marley to win on Tuesday.
Mm.
Yeah, I wonder if VIP will cast any ex housemates or if it will just be kind of like a celebrity Big Brother.
Well, they ain't going to be casting Danny if he's going to slip back into quietness.
Well, it depends how much they want to pay, doesn't it?
Mm. Yeah, that's true. Oh, thanks for tweeting us, by the way, because we always get a retweet off Richard, but it doesn't normally
Yeah, it's nice to
communicate
have
with us. So
Richard's voice in the
yeah, it's
podcast.
good. Oh yeah, I forgot about BBVIP, so that's more than I know. So
We need to get the emails up.
who do you want to win?
Um, Marley.
Yeah, I think Marley as well.
I just think I don't know. I don't think Marley played a great game at the start, but I've always found him likable.
He's very likable.
Yeah, he's been naive though. He's got he was railroaded by Danny in that shared nomination when Katie went
Yeah.
up, which in a way did us a big favor. But like
Mm,
I think given how naive he was at times, it's quite surprising to see him in the final in a
mm,
way.
mm.
Um, I would say he's got good social game, not because he's a strategist or he's played people, but just because people have liked him so much.
Yeah.
And I think that will probably reflect across the public as well. But
I
not
mean, if you think about it, I can't really see people ringing up to vote for Ari or texting
no,
or whatever the
definitely
fuck
not.
they do. Christina, I don't think
Who's
people really vote for girls.
no, me neither.
SJ, I think if Marley's there, he's going to win. But if Marley goes next and it's SJ, Ari, and Christina, then you've got an interesting final on your hands.
Yeah, that is actually. I think in that case it might be SJ.
I think it might be Christina.
Really, I just
Hmm.
like you say. I don't like. I would say the majority of people who vote in any Big Brother are probably girls,
Hmm.
and I don't know if girls support girls, especially not like girls like Christina. Not that she's been a bitch or anything, but she's a very good-looking girl,
Hmm.
and
Lovely
she's
hair,
not.
lovely ears.
I feel like Tilly would get the vote because
Yeah.
she's cute, but I don't know if
Yeah, she's more
someone like
relate.
Christina, who's a bit more.
Yeah, Tilly's more relatable.
Tilly, I think Tilly's more entertaining and
Yeah,
yeah, maybe more relatable. Christina's a bit more.
Christina's more sort of aspirational. Like you would love to look like
Yeah, she's
her.
out of reach. She's a bit out
Yeah,
of reach, isn't she? So she's not
yeah,
relatable.
yeah. No, go on.
Yeah, I don't know. SJ, don't forget, already had a bit of a following,
Oh
and I've
yeah.
not looked at the followers like lately,
Hmm.
but perhaps SJ already has backers who would want her to win.
Hmm. Maybe. Are you getting the emails up?
Sure.
I'm wondering about BB23. If there's anything have you seen anything about it?
I don't think there's much information about the new US
I've got
Big
it
Brother
on.
out there yet. I think people are hungry for it, but there's
Uh,
nothing like a cast reveal or anything.
I've got it on mute at the moment. Oh yeah, they're waiting for the class.
Oh yeah, I've got the emails now. Sorry, I was going to say can we pause, but I think I'm okay. Uh, oh, there's a few emails here today.
Oh, so I did a call out.
Okay, email us to tell us your wants and needs for the final to bbonblastpod@gmail.com.
But we won't be able to read it out till after the
No, but still,
final.
we still want to know. So Lorcan has emailed
Hi.
3 days ago. Hey, Lins and Gaz. I don't have much to say, but I haven't emailed in weeks and I can't bear to see your inbox starving to death, so here I am. This has been such a good series, and I'm sad to see it come to an end. Although I am feeling a bit bitter that Danny fell at the penultimate hurdle.
Mm,
I don't think he would have won, though. I clicked on the hashtag yesterday, and people hate him.
I saw that.
They wouldn't know entertainment if it slapped them across the face. Thick cunts.
My thoughts exactly.
I'm rooting for SJ now. I love the older women on reality TV.
Mm,
BB in particular has had loads of great ones. Rennie,
Yeah.
Sheila,
Yes.
and Kim Woodburn come to mind. It's nice to see four likable, in brackets, to varying extents, people
Mm,
at the end. Last year's series could never. Good point.
mm. Yeah.
I think any of them could be worthy winners, although I don't want someone to win just for a sob story.
Yeah, I feel that.
Much love to both of you, Lorcan, with a kiss. Well, thanks,
Ah,
Lorcan. That was a good email.
thanks.
Um,
Yeah, this whole like deserves to win thing can fuck off. No one deserves to win. The person who deserves to win is the person who is entertaining the most.
yeah, well, the person who's entertaining you the most is gone now.
Oh, I thought I
so what's
decided.
so what's so what's your next thing? Your next priority?
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Sob
Well, you really
story.
need
I
to.
think I'm just falling for the sob story
I
now.
need to look into this hate for Danny online. I thought people would have come round by now.
Oh, people. Just,
People are what?
I'm gonna go and find them and fight them. But I'm gonna use the BB on Blast account.
Yeah,
Get some of the blood on your hands.
hide behind it.
Mhm.
Laurie's emailed. You two will have said all that needs to be said about this week by the time you read this. So I'm just gonna give you a link to Daniel's audition tape. It will have you laughing and crying. What a legend! No, sorry, what a legend. Um, it doesn't matter who wins now. Honestly, I don't even care. Daniel gave me the roller coaster ride I wanted, and I'm thankful to Big Brother for giving him the perfect stage to perform on.
Mm. Oh, that's nice.
That's half an hour loyalist to Laurie. Do you want to try and watch this video
How long?
through
How long is?
this?
How
Does it
long is
work?
it?
I don't know. I've got an advert to get through first.
If it's just a couple of minutes, yeah. If it's longer, I think maybe not. But I do want to watch it.
Well, we can always watch it later, but
Mm.
16 minutes, yeah, too long.
Oh, I will watch that though.
Yeah, me too.
We'll retweet the link.
And there's another video link here from Laurie. I've hit
Mm.
the shiny red subscribe button and we'll be going down a Daniel Hayes YouTube rabbit hole. So he's got his own
Oh,
YouTube.
so much for him disappearing from.
Yeah, he calls himself Million Dollar Bogan. That's
Okay,
his alias on the internet.
okay.
Just going to share one more. Daniel talking once he knew he was going on Big Brother. Oh, like a pre-game,
Mm.
laying out his intentions.
How long's that?
Oh, I don't know. I just thought we were saving them for later.
Oh,
Uh, 11 minutes. No,
oh, fuck me. I will watch
we'll
those
watch those
then.
in our own time, and
I
then
will.
you can find them on Daniel's YouTube, Million
Mm.
Dollar Bogan.
We're giving him all the promo.
Braden has sent
Thanks,
another
Laurie.
exhaustive email.
Oh.
So let me just have a sip of this water.
Charlie.
BB, week 9. Hey, Lindsay and Gaz. Strap in, it's hella long, LMAO. You know how I feel about this, Braden. We're finally at the end. This is what I'm going to say at the end of his email, too. We're finally at the end. I'm happy for the final four left, and we'd be happy if any of them won. Obviously, I have my faves to get it, but I'll get into that later. Okay. But now I have some juicy hot tea and hope you both have been well. Okay. Gaz, hope you feel better after this. Well, after you're reading your email, doubt it. By the way, you didn't follow me on Instagram and Twitter. No problem. No, I don't.
Did you say you would?
I don't follow you on Twitter because all of your tweets are like by some sort of horoscope generator, and I don't believe in horoscopes. I don't like tea and I don't like coffee. So Dramatic, which is the title of a podcast by Megan Pusetto,
Hmm.
said that housemates are not happy about who's at the end. If he spoils the fucking
I bet he will.
final,
Gaz, don't read it just in case.
okay, I won't read that bit, but I've read it myself, so I
Has
won't
he
say it for
actually
you.
spoiled it for you?
No, but there's a name there, and it's like it could mean at the end, could mean now, or it could mean the final.
Oh,
So
I don't like this.
I'm worried too. Most of the cast never applied; they were headhunted.
I don't care
SJ
about
from
that.
Connection with Sonia. Well, if you're listening to this podcast, Braden, I think you're fine. I mentioned that weeks ago.
Also, I don't care if you're headhunted as long as you're good TV, whether you auditioned or not.
Daniel from his YouTube videos and Ari because he worked for Channel 7 Sunrise. He
Oh.
was an intern for them while he was at university. He also had connections to other housemates.
Mm.
Martha Califatidis,
Right.
Mary's daughter, Califatidis.
Hmm.
Mary's daughter was asked to go on Big Brother last year, but also then this year as an intruder for a mother-daughter twist.
Right.
Seemed Ari was coaching Christina all the way. He was a like he was a puppeteer, maybe an industry plant. Oh, the mole.
The people's puppet.
I'm
Why
really nervous reading this. I'm gonna see something I can't unsee.
don't you stop reading it and we'll just read it on the finale podcast?
Mm, maybe I'll read. Maybe I'll skip these. Oh, I don't know. I think it might be
Just
okay.
stop
You know.
reading it and we'll read it on the finale one, just to be sure. Because
I
you don't
guess the
want to,
finale is only a couple of days away.
yeah, you don't want to ruin the end of the show.
No. What about his end thoughts? Should we do those?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm worried. I'm really worried that I'm gonna
Just stop
spoil. You're gonna
reading it.
spoil me,
Just
Brandon.
stop.
Brandon. Okay.
Stop fucking reading it and we'll read it on the finale one.
Okay.
Because I want to hear the tea after the finale anyway.
Okay. We'll save that one. We'll keep it on ice. I'll put a
Thank
star
you,
on that.
Braden.
Sorry, Brayden, but you're skirting too near to the sort of finale
You're flying too close to
spoilers.
the sun, Braden, but feel free to
Yeah.
send us an email after the final as well. Get more scuttlebutt. But keep it short. Stop taking the piss. Go on. Anyone
Mm,
else?
no, that's it.
Oh, that's it. After all that. No wonder no one fucking emails us. Just get told off. Oh dear. So that's it. It's nearly over. And then BB
Mm.
23 is beginning next week.
Oh God, give me a break.
I'm watching BB 14 at the moment. And Jack said every single time he sees you, he's going to try and force you to watch old series of BBUS. He said, how?
Good job.
He said, I don't even like Big Brother. And this is like one of the best things I've ever seen. He said, Gaz loves Big Brother. So why wouldn't this be like the best thing ever? What's your rebuttal to that?
Because it's not UK.
Well, you liking BB Australia, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah, but Australia's more like us
Right.
because of Big Brother,
Hmm.
because of Big Brother being present, and that's what I
Oh,
struggle with in the American one.
yeah, I see.
Yeah, do you know what about this version? I am
Hmm.
so thankful for Big Brother Australia because as much as I love Canada, and I do, Australia is now my favorite
Is
version in the
it?
world that we watch.
Wow.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is.
I must say, this series has been epic. It's been up there, and I've been entertained every week. There's not been one week that was like a slow week or a boring week.
No, there hasn't. And of course, there's been slow and boring housemates who
Mm,
we've managed to sort of luckily kind of get out early.
mm,
But also, I suppose there's always going to be a question mark over is it just the fact that Big Brother obviously knows who's going to be there till the end, so they invest more in those storylines and those early people become a little bit like extras in the storyline.
mm.
I do think that they still try and squeeze too many people into the series. They don't
Oh
need to,
God. Yeah,
but
the
for the
worst
people,
the worst week was the week when they brought the intruders in, and then all the intruders only lasted 5 minutes apart from Adriana.
I actually didn't mind that week. I quite
It
liked
did
the
stunt the
intruders.
momentum. I don't care what you say.
Hmm. And no, that bit didn't bother me, but um, some of those early housemates who were just bland were
Mm,
like, I mean, even Carlos, like all he had was the coffee.
yeah.
The naked magician guy, and Mitch, like there were some
Yeah.
real sort of duff casting choices,
Yeah.
but the ones that were great were like really good.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that. Well,
So
there
what
you
we're
go.
gonna do? We're obviously gonna watch the final maybe we will be able to watch it on Tuesday when it actually happens. Not when it
Hmm.
happens, but like we'll probably get access to a file by the end of Tuesday. So
Isn't it
what
on
do you?
Tuesday?
Yeah, but it's on like daytime, morning here, isn't it?
Oh, right.
So by the evening, it might be watchable to us.
Yeah.
So we're going to get on the next day and
Um,
cover it, or do you want to do it on the weekend?
I don't mind.
Or should we be having this discussion not on the podcast?
Jack's not around on Thursday or Friday, so either of those days would suit me better. But
Okay. Well,
but whatever.
if that's what you want to do.
Hmm. Well, unless you're desperate to have our thoughts straight after, that means
Um.
no one's going to listen to this fucking podcast, which we just bothered to
Okay. Well, they'll have to wait.
do.
By the way, we're not going to bother with editing for this one because it's just going to take us even longer to get it out, and because I've been ill, we're already like a couple of days behind, aren't we?
Yeah. Why don't you have a look at the BB23 cast when it comes out, as you're not as invested in not getting spoiled than me?
I will, but when are they going to put it out? Do we know?
I would have thought it would be before we do the podcast, and then you can sort of say if there's anyone worth talking about.
Who? What start date is it? Do we know?
It's next week. I have got it on my phone. Hang
Okay.
on. It is the 7th of July, next Wednesday. Not this
Oh wow.
Wednesday, but next Wednesday.
Yeah. Well, then they must be going to be making
Yeah, it
some
must be soon because
announcements soon.
yeah, because they could tend to they go in like a week before we see anything, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah, I would. I will have a look at that before the next
Fingers
podcast. So
crossed.
hopefully,
Fingers crossed it'll be better this year. If it's not better this year, I give you full permission to bow out. But I'm hopeful it will be better this year.
I don't know how it can be worse.
Couldn't be worse, could it? It couldn't be.
um, yeah, it's so hard. I always like pains me the thought of doing it, but also I know that you would rather that I watch and take part, and I
No,
can't like
I'll
let down the blast offs. Blast
no,
off.
I'll do it with Jack if you don't want to do it, but I'd rather do it with you as it's our podcast.
Okay, you have to put Jack's face over me in the logo.
Yeah, Jack can just pipe up with the odd comment here and there like he does anyway.
Also, I don't know if you watch it, and I can't remember. Did you watch the last series of Too Hot to Handle
I watched the
on
first series. I
Netflix?
You were on about how great it was, and I thought it was absolute rubbish.
Oh, the second series is on now, and
Yeah,
again, it's great.
I did not like that show. Why don't you do a podcast about it?
Oh, because you're not watching it.
Yeah, do one with Dan spin off.
It's not worth podcasting.
No,
But yeah, it's back on Netflix, and I think it's good.
no, not for me. Should we wrap
Okay,
it up?
yeah, let's
It
wrap
up.
this up, and
Let's do
we'll
it.
be back.
Let's watch the finale together and have a drink. And
Oh, you want to watch the final together, so we can't watch it on
oh,
Tuesday?
actually, no. Let's not do that.
That
Let's
won't
have
work because our partners need to watch it with us.
no. Let's podcast together and have a drink.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, we will be
that's
doing
what.
it together. We're only doing this like this because I'm not well.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
All
cool.
right.
Follow me on Twitter, light up VM.
Follow me on Twitter, BB_superfan.
Follow BB on Blast on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, etc. Read my book, First Aid Kit Girl. Donate to us on
Subscribe.
PayPal, BB on Blast
Oh
pod
yeah.
at gmail.com.
Subscribe to us on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, Red Circle, Spreaker, and other places where you get your podcasts.
And leave us a review if you don't mind.
Yeah, that'd be
And
nice.
yeah, if you're Australian, you've never watched BBUS, give it a go. I'm not saying it's going to be good, but the old series are.
Be nice to hear from some Australians before the final. If you're Australian and you listen to this and you don't normally interact with us, send us a DM if you want, if that's easier.
Mm,
Mm.
yes, and we should read it out. And we promise not to be mean like we are to everyone else who emails.
We'll only be mean like when we've known you for a little while.
Yeah. Thanks so much for
Right.
listening.
Enjoy the final.
Enjoy the final. Marley to win, but if not, someone else.
Anyone else?
I don't really mind who wins, which is okay, but kind of makes it boring.
Yeah, it does.
Bye.
Hopefully, like, sorry. Hopefully, like Dan. Hopefully, we'll get like the ex-housemates at the final
Oh yeah.
to be on the show
No,
because
I read there's an outbreak of corona, so no one's going to
yeah,
be there.
there's a new lockdown,
Yeah. So
but they'll be there by Zoom surely.
yeah, I'm sure.
Anyway, we'll talk about that next week.
Okay. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.